It's your fault.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday.
He drops it at 5.
It starts.
Damn.
Happy birthday.
The equipment just lights on fire.
All right. Welcome back to episode 6 of the Brewhouse podcast. We're here with Chase Gravitt and Dillon Johnson. Thank you guys for coming on.
Thank you guys for being here.
So first, we just want to get you guys. So we have some questions we asked on Brewhouse, and I think Chase asked them too. But first, we just want you guys to introduce yourselves, kind of explain like where you came from, why you are where you are now. Chase, you want to start?
Yeah, so my name is Chase Gravitt. I'm a 93 kg junior powerlifter in the Powerlifting America International Powerlifting Federation branch. I have the 4th highest GL for 18 and under,
Damn.
and I'm arguably the strongest teenage deadlifter of all time. And then
Arguably.
I started. It is arguably okay. I started coming to Brewhouse Barbell when I was 14, and then now I'm 18, so I've been coming here for about 4 years.
Nice. So when you say you started coming here at 14, is that when you started powerlifting?
I started a little bit before in a commercial gym, and then once I started getting more into the powerlifting space, I found out about Brewhouse, and that's when I transitioned in here. So just a couple months after, I would say.
Okay, gotcha.
So just what made you exactly want to get into powerlifting, or how did you find out about powerlifting?
So when I was around 14, I wasn't doing any sports, and obviously I do want to do something. I didn't want to be a lazy bum, and then I just started going to a gym with a friend, and then I wanted to go more into the squat, bench, and deadlift space. I saw a video of Larry Wheels and stuff like that, and then obviously commercial gyms, you can't really branch out into powerlifting as much as you can at a powerlifting specific gym. Mm-hmm. And so I was researching about gyms. There was here, and Strength Factory was the only option, but at the end of the day I chose here just it looked better. It was a cleaner space. And yeah, that's kind of how I chose
Cleaner
here.
space is wild.
Cleaner.
I mean, compared to Strength Factory at the time, and also Strength Factory didn't have as much equipment.
W name drop.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you came to Brewhouse at 14. Is that when you would say, when did you start competing, I guess I should ask?
I was 14 when I started competing. Yeah.
Gotcha.
What were your numbers when you first got into it?
So my first competition, I totaled exactly 1,000. I squatted 365, benched 215, and I deadlifted 420.
Dang, at
Type.
14
Yeah,
is
14.
crazy.
We all talk about what we were doing at 14.
Yeah,
We were grinding Halo.
I was playing video games.
I was
playing
learning the
Black
bro
Ops 2.
sets, Jeff Cavalier. Didn't know powerlifting barely existed.
Yeah, 14, I was working out with those little weights that had the sand plates that you get from Academy or something.
Yeah.
The bar that has the pin in the middle that would bend and stuff. I had one of those up in upstairs in a room, and then TV, and I would play some kind of action movie on the TV, and then I had an old Jay-Z vinyl that I would play too. And I'd just sit there and work out with that barbell.
All right, so Dillon, you want to explain?
So my name's Dillon Johnson. I'm a 83 kg junior. This previous Worlds, I won sub-junior Worlds, and then I did a meet a few weeks ago, or about a month ago, and I set the highest GL points. It's a pound for pound formula for the best sub-junior of all time. Kind of how I got into training in general. So I wrestled and I played football growing up from just forever. And then around my freshman year, high school, I quit kind of football and wrestling and went kind of full into powerlifting. But when I started originally getting in the gym, I went to the gym we had football workouts just growing up, and that's kind of how I started, just being in the gym in general. But I really started getting more consistent when I was about 12. I started in my room during quarantine.
12 in quarantine.
12 in quarantine is probably pretty crazy. Yeah.
Sophomore
I
college.
was in college. I was about to come to OU, and he's like, "Yeah, I'm 12."
Crazy.
But I started in my room in quarantine, just with 25-pound dumbbells, doing push-ups, sit-ups, and whatnot. I started going to the YMCA a few months before quarantine.
Was it the Mitch Park one?
Yeah, Mitch Park.
That's where I kind of started.
Yeah, and then I trained there actually after everything started opening up again. I was at the YMCA for about a few years, and then I went over to 4-Star, and I was doing bodybuilding and powerlifting at the same time. I was doing whatever, and then I switched over to a gym called 4-Star here in Oklahoma. I don't know if they have anywhere, and I think they're just local to Oklahoma. And then around the age of 14, is when I did my first competition. I found out I knew what powerlifting was, and I've always was kind of, on the stronger side. Just lifting when I was doing bodybuilding and just lifting in general. Where was I at?
4-star.
Yeah. So and then I went to 4-star. I did my first meet at 14. And then that's kind of what begun it all. And now, I'm here.
Mm-hmm. Can you turn your mic down a tiny bit? You're like,
Yeah.
Was it, how loud is it?
he was like bumping the red.
Oh. When you were in sports, were you generally like a good athlete in sports?
Yeah, I wrestled. I got like 6 at state my like 7th grade year in wrestling. Football, we were pretty good when I was there, and then I stopped.
You did Deer Creek, right?
Yeah, I went to Deer Creek.
So I feel like going in, like being a pretty good athlete, and then was it like, did it feel like a big risk kind of just jumping into powerlifting?
It was. I definitely had a lot of, because powerlifting is so niche, and I had a lot of people, family, didn't really know what I was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't even really know what I was doing. I just know that I enjoyed powerlifting way more than I was enjoying football and wrestling at the time. I still love, I love wrestling still, if I was like able to do it and stay healthy at
You
powerlifting.
think you can beat Chase like right now?
Did you wrestle at all?
Oh
His
yeah.
brother.
Yeah.
A couple of big bass, I guess. in the leg.
But yeah. Wait, what was the question? Sorry.
It's just about like sports, like
It's
kind
about,
of where.
You feel like it was a risk for you to like change?
It was kind of a risk, but I was also like 14, so it's like, what big risk are you taking at 14?
That's
Yeah.
fair. That's
So it was definitely a lot of people were like, "Nah, you should probably stay in football and stuff," because I was just like, I knew I don't know, I had a feeling that powerlifting was going to be somewhere. And 2020 it was kind of, or not, it was like 2021, but in 2021 it was kind of a thing. But I had a vision that powerlifting was going to be a big thing, a big strength for it in the future, and then I kind of just sent it.
2019 is really like, the raw nats specifically for like USAPL and
Yeah.
IPF was like when powerlifting all of a sudden just spike rocketed
Yeah,
up all the way.
I found out what powerlifting was in like 2019. I kind of knew what it was. I knew everyone knows like the name powerlifting,
Yeah,
but they get
yeah.
that confused with like weightlifting, like Olympic weightlifting.
Yeah.
But I really found out what it was when I was watching Larry Wheels back in like 2019, 2020 when I was first starting to get in the gym. One of the first like videos I watched was like him. Do you guys know Black Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
Yes.
That passed away sadly.
Rest in peace.
And then Indio Champ. It was like a video with them 3 from like, it was like 6 years ago probably. That was like one of the very first videos I watched, and it was awesome.
Yeah, one question I want to ask for you guys is, who's like, so you mentioned Larry Wheels, but are there any like other like big influencers that kind of got you into it? Because when I was around your guys' age, it was like David Lade, like the early Gymshark, and like Jeff Cavalier. Those were like the biggest like fitness guys. Powerlifting wise, it wasn't like that big. It was like I used to watch like Ryan Dangler when he was at Ohio State. That's kind of how I got into powerlifting a little bit.
Those are like one of the first videos I remember seeing is Ryan did like powerlifting and meet.
Yeah.
Because he was pretty popular with like just the bodybuilding space as well, and fitness in general.
That's how I kind of got introduced to powerlifting. It was through him, and then obviously Larry Wheels when he was doing like his big competition.
Yeah.
He's like his 2-hour-long like powerlifting. I was
Dude.
like, man, this is so cool.
Dude,
Yeah.
Mark Bell was like the first person I ever watched. Was like
Really?
him and Ed Cohen,
Yeah,
and then Larry Wheels.
His squat video.
Yes,
Where it's
like,
open your
teaching,
tank.
opening up your tank. Like that was like my first introduction of like, oh wow, I'm doing this wrong. And even then, it's just like, same thing with like Larry Wheels. Nothing like testosterone booster. Like watching Larry Wheels videos.
Yeah.
Dude, yeah.
Some video of just 40 minutes of
Him just
like,
screaming.
Yeah,
Just
literally.
screaming.
like, bleeding out of his chest.
And then Black Tom
power.
Cruise. Yeah,
The,
in
the
background.
OG Larry Wheels video was when he was training at Diamond Gym. Diamond Gym has kind of changed what it is now. I'm guessing you've seen the videos, but his OG videos in Diamond Gym, people don't know that gym's been there for like ever.
Yeah.
It's like a very OG bodybuilding gym.
Yeah. I remember. Are you guys gonna go there?
No.
Gonna run up the hill.
Dude, I care about my training. I'm not
Yeah.
gonna do one rep. Yeah, we do 1 rep with heavyweight, and they do like 1,000 reps with
Yeah.
weight.
So we got to hear like Dylan's. What about you, Chase? Did you have anybody like inspirational like person or influencer you really like looked up to?
Yeah, so like the main like powerlifting niche, like what Dylan was saying, like it is very small. But I remember like watching like SSJ Bob, like he was like
Yeah.
a one big guy that was making like powerlifting specific videos. I mean like but other than that, it was just pretty much him. And then like my dad, like he worked out quite a bit, and so he also was like a pretty big motivator, and he helped me like through a lot. And I would say like my beginning early training. So just I would say SSJ Bob and like him were like pretty much like the only
Yeah.
people I would say.
Because Bob was training with Black Tom Cruise a lot back in like
he was.
2020.
Yeah, I remember
Because they
that,
lived
yeah.
like all in that New York upstate area.
Like SSJ Bob was like Pipeline Larry Wheels.
Yeah.
So.
Dude, one of my first or one of my biggest I guess they're not really fitness influencers, but it was if you guys know the Hodge twins when they did Twin Muscle.
Oh, dude, I used to
Dude,
love watching their videos.
those were
too.
so funny.
I don't know what that is.
I don't know who that is.
Dude,
They're political.
Well,
now.
they weren't. They're not even in like the lifting scene
they're
anymore.
political
They just
now,
all
but they
so-
were fake natties. These twins, and they're so funny.
Their videos
dude.
were so funny.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that whole thing, like gains, that came from them.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
started the whole like
Damn.
Yeah.
The past
Get some gains.
Yeah.
that was the whole thing.
every time they eat food, gotta get them gains.
You get they're funny, dude. The old Twin Muscle videos. Oh, that's crazy. Do you know who Rich Piano is?
I am aware of Rich Piano. Yes. The 9-hour workout.
Didn't he die before you were born?
Probably died when we were 8. Bro.
Yeah.
But I want to go back to something because both of you hinted at something. And I want to hear both y'all's take on this. But Dylan, you said, so we can essentially say you're the best to have done it, the best to have done sub junior powerlifting at this point.
I mean, I do have the highest GLs. Chase is the top 4. I think you have the fourth highest?
yeah.
Fourth highest, yeah.
But then Chase, you said you know you're arguably the best deadlifter, you know, of your age. So you know, how does that feel? We talked about you guys coming up around the same age too. It seems like y'all both started powerlifting, getting into it, and then you're both going together. What's crazy is from the same gym, from the same city, going together to Worlds, and you get first and second.
Yeah.
What does that feel like now going into your adulthood? You know, you're looking at the future of your life, powerlifting careers, stuff like that, being at the top now, entering adulthood. You know, what does that feel like?
Well, actually, when me and Chase at first originally saw like each other online, is I thought he was originally from Texas. We were like 14, and that's when I did my first competition when I was 14. You did your first competition when I was 14, and I've told the story like once, but he tagged me in a video talking shit, and he was like, I'm gonna break your records, and I was like, I don't know who this guy is. And you had a pretty impressive deadlift at the time, but I was like still quite a bit ahead on the squat and bench, and I just I ignored it.
Bro got fatter though.
Yeah. And then I was working at like this gym. I don't even know how I got the job at like 14. And it was like 3 months.
Some child labor.
It was Key Fit.
Allegedly.
You know Key Fit?
I know Key
It's
Fit, yeah.
now a car place or whatever.
It's like a
car
Ford
dealership.
Dude, I tried to apply there as a trainer, and they were like so sketchy about it.
Yeah, well,
Makes
I'm not.
sense.
I can't say that on podcast, but
You're not in charge.
Very weird ownership.
yeah.
Very
Yeah,
weird
they
ownership.
went.
I worked there
over
for
the age of 18. We can't hire you.
You're not a boy.
Well, the manager found out I was at 14. Was like, "How is he working here?" Because my old like kind of powerlifting coach, the local one that I was working with, was like a trainer there, and that's kind of how I worked there. But Chase was training there, and then I remember seeing him online, but we didn't like text out at all. I don't think. We followed each other online.
Just angrily looked at each other from across the gym.
I was going to the back end to clean, and I saw Chase, and I walked to Chase, and this guy, we had like it was like, hey, I don't even remember how the conversation went, but I remember Chase couldn't make eye contact at all. I'm so awkward. We both were kind of awkward. We were like 14, and we were like just like looking, like talking to each other, looking. And he's like right in front of me, and I'm talking like this and stuttering and stuff like that.
These are looking away from each other and voice cracking.
I think
Yeah.
the reason why is because like back then you did have like a decent amount of followers, and I think I had like 100 followers on TikTok and like 50 on Instagram. So I didn't know if you knew who I was.
Yeah.
So it was like one of those things. But
Yeah.
I do.
That's
remember
true.
Pretty vividly.
And then that was the only time we saw each other, and when we were like 14. And then we didn't. The second time we probably saw each other after that was probably like 2 years later.
No, we saw you
Or like a
quite a
year.
bit whenever like I like scanned into the gym, because you're always like working up front.
When? Oh,
For,
well, I'm
like,
not
that short
talking,
period
I'm
of time.
talking about after Key Fit though,
Uh-huh.
because I went to go train at Blackwall. The day I got my Blackwall membership, after they were open for probably like 6 months, the day I got mine, I texted Chase. I was like, dude, I just got a Blackwall membership. Where he was training, and he was like, dude, I canceled mine literally 2 hours ago. And so it was like, you know, an anime, like where there's like two parallels. That's literally like how it was, because we didn't meet for like another like 2 years after that.
You guys did the 2 year time skip.
Yeah. And then he started going here again, and then I trained there for a year. I would have liked to train here a while ago, because the gym that I was training at was like empty all the time, and so it was kind of dull. And sorry, Chase was training here. and then
I came back to Blackwell
And
for
you
like
got-
a little bit, and then I came back here.
yeah.
Did
This was
you
before we took
so
over?
you were at Blackwell with Hudson?
Mm-hmm.
Did you meet Hudson? Or was it
I've
around that
actually
time,
never
or was
met
when
him.
he left?
really?
Yeah,
No.
I've
You never met Hudson?
Nope.
Well,
Okay.
me and Hudson canceled our membership the same day, like
Yeah.
Dylan said we got. So yeah.
We would have had a potential of another
I know.
really strong
That
powerlifter
would've been
at
crazy.
Brewhouse.
I was thinking about that today. When I was thinking about the podcast, if you guys were gonna ask us how I was came out, and I was like, damn, we could really have like me, Hudson, and Chase all training in the
Because
same gym.
I remember Hudson
Hudson-
squatted 705 or something like that.
He had
Yeah.
the Team 3
He, I mean,
93, right? 90.
Yeah.
He dogs
did.
like 535 at this gym.
Crazy.
I bet
At
Hudson.
18?
How much?
535, I think.
It was like
Something
518,
that?
I think.
Maybe it was lower.
It was like
Okay,
low
like,
500s.
okay, maybe
Yeah, yeah.
five.
His squat was
something.
crazy.
Still though, 5 something as a teen is insane.
Yeah, this bench was good. Like he was good. He would have been with you guys.
Yeah, absolutely.
Before he turned into
I feel
Batman.
like he would have probably be like close to, or he would have been a really big 93 or a lighter 105 at this point. I feel like.
Yeah.
If we would have
Yeah.
kept at it. So we'd have had like,
Now he's like 74.
we would have had 83, 93,
That's
and then
heavy.
that 105.
Yeah.
But he moved to Austin, Texas. And
Yeah.
They got to him.
Not much.
What do you mean, Claudio?
Yeah.
What was I saying? I was gonna say something else before that.
I don't know. I've been waiting for my question to get answered.
go.
You guys keep taking them off on side tangents. So, well, I'll ask my question again. How about that? So you guys are top. You're 1 and 2 in the world right now. You're entering, pretty much your adulthood. You're coming out of high school. You're going into your adulthood. You're looking at what's the rest of my life about to look like? What career am I going to go into? What's powerlifting going to look like? I just want to know, like, what does that feel like being your age and being at the top of a sport and now having to face, real life?
Yeah. 100%. Like the way I look at it is like being this competitive early on in powerlifting, it definitely sets a standard for like my whole rest of my life, like my early adulthood, like you were saying, because there is like a standard I want to set for myself. And like, since the standard is so high now, I want to like achieve higher things and just keep going, because I don't want to peak at 17 or 18 years old. I want to like keep peaking in my life going into like 20s and 30s and like that. So definitely for me, it just sets the standard very high. So
Yeah, I would say kind of the same. It's not too stressful. I have a good support system with my parents, and I have a good girlfriend. So it's really none of it's super stressful. I've been powerlifting coaching now for like a little bit over a year, and sponsorships and whatnot. So it's really just kind of the same it's been. It really hasn't changed too much right now, but yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, because I know you guys have a younger audience, so I'm sure, they're looking to see, what's next for you guys, because I'm sure they're wondering that, I don't know if I was in that position, how I would take it, because I was not the best in the world at anything I did at 18, so.
Yeah. I've been posting on social media. It's a little bit different for me. I've been posting on social media of lifting videos since I was, I think, like 13.
Yeah.
I'm young, but I've been posting for
Years.
getting a lot of views for 5 years now. So I'm kind of used to the people just talking crap or whatever, and
Like Chase.
And just
Yeah.
like the social media like platform itself, you're just more like
yeah. And then even last year when I bombed out of Malta Worlds, there was a lot of like pushback with that. There was a lot of like stuff that went on during that time. But even before, I wasn't too bothered about it. Just years and people people can only comment. I've had thousands and thousands of comment under videos, and it's just like it's usually the same thing. It's nothing like crazy.
So something I do want to ask, since you mentioned it too about bombing out and then going on to win, how did you fix of getting back into like, okay, I need to set myself up to win worlds. I want to win worlds. It's like it didn't bring you down. It kind of helped push you. I feel
Yeah.
like.
So literally, I bombed out. I went to my hotel room, cried, and then I got on the phone with my coach, and he sent me a link, and then we instantly started working with a nutritionist, and then after that, it was locked in, like full on the whole entire year.
You're just super
Okay,
motivated. Like
so-
this is not gonna happen.
Yeah.
So you just let one day basically be like, this is it. I'm not
Yeah,
gonna
yeah.
let this happen
I never had like a
again.
thought of being like, oh, well, the thing is like, growing up, it was just I was good, but I was never first, and that was always kind of in the back of my mind. So
Okay.
after that moment, I was like, I don't know, is this it for me, or like I don't know if this is gonna be for me, and I had a lot of doubt. Obviously, I mean,
Right,
anyone who's
right.
gonna go through doubt going
Yeah.
through something like that. But then after I got home, I was like, it's not bad. What really was kind of the devastating part of that is spending thousands and thousands of dollars to travel across the world to really get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
That is kind of because my
Yeah,
parents
it's
put in a lot of their
money.
hard-earned money. Powerlifting doesn't have a lot of money, so going to Malta was like super expensive.
Right.
And so that was really the part that really like kind of set the fire in me, because that was spending all that money and really getting nothing out of it was the hard part.
It's fair. It's fair.
So going back to when you guys first started kind of training together, when you first came to Brewhouse, is that when you both just started to get into working out together? Is that how it started?
We started training together at Blockwall the summer. So I started going here in October of 24.
Mm-hmm.
I think October 24, maybe. October 24. I started going here. That summer, like kind of that summer to September. So like that June, July, August, September, we were probably training at Blackwall together.
Yeah, like whenever I switched to Blackwell, we were training together, but we weren't like training together. We were just like in the gym.
Yeah.
Like,
You guys weren't friends yet.
yeah, I mean,
We were friends, but
Yeah.
we were wanting to text each other, be like, "What time are we getting in the gym?" You know what I
yeah.
mean?
Versus like now, like we're kind of basically on the same split.
Yeah.
Our days are pretty much aligned, so we're able to squat, bench, and deadlift together, which is very nice.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started going here. Well, you switched to back over here like a month before me, and then me and Tanner were still training at Blackwall, and then we all switched over here at like the same time.
What made you switch, Chase?
So is it Blackwell or here?
From Blackwall back to here.
I mean, it was just more so the thing, like, whenever I went to Blackwall, I couldn't drive, and so, like, it was more so, like, a thing of, like, my parents, like, it was more so, like, a thing of, like, what's best for them, and then, because obviously, like, in the city here, it was a little bit far away versus I do live in Edmond, and Blackwall is in Edmond, and so it was just more, like, a thing for them, and so I wanted to make them happy at the end of the day.
Yeah, it was the same.
So once you were able to drive, you kind of started coming back here? Or
Well, so once I was able to drive, I did come back here, and then I switched back to Blackwall. Then I came back. So
What was part of the reason of like switching back and forth, or I guess finally making your decision to want to stay at Brewhouse?
So the reason I switched to Blackwall, I think it was a part of like there wasn't enough kilos here or something like that, and then
It was AC.
that really didn't bother me that much. And then obviously like Blackwall, they have like all this like new fancy equipment, and then it was like in Oklahoma, that was like the only powerlifting gym, so obviously I wanted to check it out, and then obviously I stayed there for a little bit, so it was just more so like the branding of like a new powerlifting gym got me into it and got me intrigued, I would say.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have trained here because I knew the environment here was really good, and I know that's why I wanted to train here. But it's like 30 minutes away, and my mom's
Right,
going to take me
right.
30 minutes to the city every single day to the gym. So I mean, I got my license in August of that, like 24, and then I came here 2 months later. Started going here 2 months later.
Yeah.
Nice.
All right. I can start with a question.
Yeah.
Okay.
So let's get on here. I'll read the name as well, if it's not stupid. All right. So first one is from Michael Simonetti. He says, which of them can successfully dunk a basketball first?
I've dunked a basketball when I was like 13.
What?
What?
Wait, what?
I have a
Okay,
video
so
of it.
you are just a natural athlete.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Okay.
That's crazy. What?
I caught it like an alley, and then
Okay, no,
and
we're
the-
talking on
it was,
like
I
a
didn't
little, like, you
pump-
know, one of those
no,
little
no,
playgrounds.
Is that the
Yeah, it's
YMCA, like the regular gym in there?
Send the video. I'll
Yeah.
put it in.
Okay, I have to find. I don't know if I have it still, but
Oh, so
it was
you never
really.
did it.
He's like,
He's got a little trampoline bone. He's just jumping on.
it was really crappy.
Not fine.
I've done it once off camera. I've done it once on camera. I can't, but I was been able to touch the rim for like ever, and I was like 5'7" at the time.
I've been able to touch rim. I cannot dunk a basketball though.
I caught an alley and dunked it. Not the same as palming and running up and dunking it.
I bet I could get pretty close if I was able to palm the ball, but I cannot palm
Yeah.
the ball. So
Well, there you go, Michael. Mikey cannot
can't even
dunk a
touch
basketball.
that.
Yeah, Mikey can't. Mikey can't dunk.
Does Mikey even play basketball?
Yeah,
You can't touch the wall.
that was funny.
Just reminded me
This
of the
dude's
video
actually
whenever Dom
here.
was just shooting and shot it so far.
You were so bad.
Okay, Caden wants to know, when is Chase going to buzz his head again?
I'm actually growing out my hair, so it's probably not going to be for a long time.
Oh,
So
okay.
You're growing your hair out, too. Everyone's growing their hair
everybody's
out.
growing their hair out.
I'm starting my journey.
Oh, Spencer, dang.
I'm about 2 weeks in.
You better look like the dad of both of them. Okay, Hayden wants to know, ask Chase what's his personal best bass and where at.
So it's a pond in Edmond, kind of on like the east side of Edmond. I don't have a scale, but it was probably around like, I want to say like a 4 to 5 pound bass, I would say.
Mm-hmm.
And then my best catfish, I really want to get a scale out, but it was probably around like 15 to 20 pounds. Not like any monsters at like 40 to 60 pounds you see on like Instagram and YouTube, but it was like a good 15 to 20 pounds, I would say.
This next question from Hayden kind of leads into a question I wanted to ask. But what are some of both your guys' like favorite hobbies outside of like school or powerlifting? Because yours is obviously fishing, pool.
Well,
What else?
nothing.
I mean, so it's basically like, I would say I've been getting into like pool, like me and Dylan, like we've been going like after the gym a couple times, been enjoying that. And then I do enjoy fishing, but then like other than that, like that pretty much takes up my whole day. Like when I was younger, I tried to do like a lot of stuff since I didn't really play like football or anything like that. Like I skateboarded, I scootered, I BMX. The big part of my early life, I did motocross. And then I did like some other like small niche sports like that. But yeah, that's what I would say I was been into for the early part of my life, and then now it's just pretty much pool fishing and powerlifting.
What about the Honda? Is that thing of the past now?
I mean, it was just like it's like
Just a money pit at this point.
yeah.
Is this
I,
like a car you're building?
yeah, so like I had a car and I engine swapped it and I had like a whole bunch of other things for it, and like I threw in like quite a bit of money. I got it when I was like 16. I probably put in like close to like 8,000 of my own money, and so like that was a pretty big tank of my own money. But now it's just like it's like so unmotivating to work on it because like Claudio knows, like if you don't know like working on cars, like you may not understand, but like well, the first car I got, it had frame damage in like the right rear subframe, and so when I took it to the alignment shop, they said they couldn't align it, and I got like really pissed off. And so I reached out to another guy and I bought another shell, and then recently I found out because like when you engine swap, you have to change the motor mount. And then right where the motor mount was, there was just like a pound of Bondo on it. And Bondo is like a body filler, and it was just covered. It was like a dented in frame rail, and like I got so pissed, like I just stopped. And then like right now I'm trying to fix it. So, but yeah, it was a very long process. I kind of got screwed over on both of the cars.
Go tube frame.
Yeah, that's what I'm doing. I'm gonna cut it off, then go tubular on the front half.
Yeah.
What about?
No, I was gonna say you sound just like when I was your age. I was literally into. I was fishing every pond I could.
Yeah.
I drove like a souped-up diesel.
You know what's crazy?
Yeah, I was big into lifting.
I heard on the podcast you drive a 6.0 Power Stroke. I did have a 6.0 Power Stroke as well.
Yeah.
It was like you said, it was bulletproof. Mine was bulletproof too.
Yeah, dude,
And it was like
rolling coal everywhere, man.
I have a video. I felt bad, but this is bad.
He doesn't feel bad.
I rolled coal on like a parking lot guy at my school because like he was like blocking everybody. I have a video on it. I just like rolled a whole bunch
We'll
of coal
put
on
that
him.
video on too.
You tried rolling coal like over here, like some of the girls trying to go to the bar. They did not think you were cool.
I'm glad I didn't have that truck anymore. But yeah, it was a pretty fun truck. I was rolling coal on everybody.
Yeah, that is a fun truck. People dog on that engine because it blows up, but
Yeah.
if you like fix
One
it,
downside.
it's actually pretty sick.
yeah.
It's one of the fastest diesels they've made.
It is.
That's
It
pretty
is.
fast.
Yeah.
It was pretty fast. It was a very fun truck.
It was
So
made
what
by
about-
Windstar or somebody, I think. 18-wheeler manufacturer
Oh, okay.
designed that engine. That's why it looks like if you open that hood, there's no space for anything.
Yeah,
it's just a bunch of junk.
It looks like it looks like
everywhere.
an excavator, like a skid steer engine. Like it's just all crammed in
Yeah.
there. So
Dylan, what hobbies would you say you have?
I really don't have any hobby. I mean, I like play.
eating.
Yeah, I play pool with Chase every once in a while,
yeah.
but I wouldn't consider that maybe a hobby. I just do things I like every once in a while, but
Those are
really,
hobbies.
Yeah, that's it. Pool is a hobby. Doing it out like something that takes up time, like specifically like that takes
Yeah.
skill. I feel like that's a hobby.
So you say
Yeah.
while Chase is fishing, you're hanging out with your girlfriend?
Yeah, it's pretty
Yeah.
good. It's really hanging out with my girlfriend.
You're happy.
Yeah,
having more fun.
Sometimes Dylan's just like, man, I wish I was fishing right now.
And Chase is like, yeah, you do.
Let me see.
Do you have any more questions?
Yeah, plenty. Do you have questions, don't you?
I do have questions.
You go ahead and read one of yours.
Oh, you
Yeah,
have
yeah,
some?
sure.
Okay. Is this like for us, or is this more like for you guys?
Let me look.
She responded.
That's a crazy thing to say.
I mean, they're mostly questions about like me and Dylan. I mean,
Okay.
one of the questions is just like I think this is a good question. It's like biggest mental hurdle you've had to get past,
Ooh, yeah.
and then
That's right now.
That's a good one.
biggest
Should do
mental
that one.
hurdle.
Yeah.
I mean, for something about me, like I would say like one thing that's about me is like I don't really like get in my head at all. like I don't really like get like if I like have a bad day, like I just get over it and I move on. So I wouldn't really say I've had like a very huge mental hurdle. Obviously, like I've had like my delt, I've been dropping it a lot and like my hand tears like that, but I would say that's more like a physical hurdle than like a mental. But other than that, I would say like a really good trait about me is I just don't get in my head a lot.
I feel like having hobbies outside of that helps you a lot.
Yeah, because
Yeah.
if powerlifting's like the only thing you can branch on, and I heard you guys talk about it a lot, if powerlifting is the only thing you can branch on, and like a lift goes bad or like your week 4 gets bad and you have nothing else to do, you know, you're just going to be thinking about that for the rest of the day, and then that kind of just consumes your whole life in essence.
Yeah, that was me in like college when I started powerlifting at OU. I was just like, if something went terrible, like my lift went bad, like I got hurt or something, I was like, it's over. I can't do anything. It's not gonna ever go good.
It's like an injury on your like ego and like
Yeah.
your identity.
Yeah, exactly.
What about you, Dylan?
I would say, and I already kind of answered it, Worlds. Bombing out was probably, the hardest thing. Other than that, though, when lifts do go bad, it doesn't really get in my head too much. I kind of move on because, I've experienced it a lot. So it's like kind of just, I just got to move on.
Do you guys have a kind of like a go-to for overcoming, difficulties, hurdles, whether that's, in powerlifting or just in general? Something that you kind of always end up referring to that gets you back on track?
Not necessarily. Like I tell kind of funny. I tell my dad about all my lifts, and he just like if I fail, if he just like makes fun of me.
Yeah, so you got an accountability partner.
So that's where you got it from.
Yeah, it's like joking, but it's not joking. Like I remember this one day when I did 8:15 for 2. He was joking. He was like, "Chase, why didn't you do that for 5?" And I'm like, "Okay, my bad."
I'm sorry, Father.
Yeah, but it's always like the pushing motivation type. It's never like that to hurt. So like that's kind of what I lean on sometimes, but most of the time he's just like giving me shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're like, I'm literally the best deadlifter. He's like, you could be better.
Not good enough.
Back in my day, I was better.
He's
He's
like,
like,
"Chase,"
I'm the best.
he's like, "Why are your legs so wide when you deadlift? Like, what's this sumo stuff?"
Oh no, he's the gym bro in the
Well,
comment section.
I remember
He has an alt account. Sumo doesn't count.
I remember like the first time like I like ever showed him a video was me deadlifting 405 sumo, and he was like, "We didn't have this stuff back in the day." I was like, "You gotta put your legs back in, Chase." It was like,
Couldn't
"What
open
are you
your
doing?"
legs. That's never been a thing.
We had to have our feet together back when I competed.
Yeah.
Say your grip doesn't hold you back. How much you pulling?
This year my goal is just to pull like low 800s would be very nice. I do think my strap strength is a lot higher than like my raw strength. Even let's say my hand positioning does get better
Right.
and I'm able to hold on to the bar, but I do want to pull like somewhere around like 830 would be nice, maybe like give or take. But it's more of like a waiting game, I would say.
At what body weight?
Under 205. So like right now I'm walking around 203 to 204. So
Mm-hmm.
close to a 4 times body weight deadlift, or over if I deadlift 830.
So I know we haven't asked this question. I feel like it's pretty big though. But what is your guys' both best like total, like squat, bench, and
In
deadlift?
competition or in the gym?
You can do both. I feel like both is really
Raw?
interesting always.
No straps, Chase.
I mean,
It's like 705.
yeah. Just 705 is crazy.
Yeah, crazy to
And
say.
he's 18.
He squats it for 2, so it doesn't remember.
I know.
The best competition total I've had, I did 830 kg at an advanced meet. I don't know what that is in pounds.
I did 835, 5 keys higher than Chase.
Damn.
And
It was
Lower body
830,
weight?
1830 in
Lower body.
pounds.
And you guys were both 18 at the time, or were you 17?
Yeah, I was 18.
I was
Wait, what's
was
your
I
best?
17 or 18? I
When
might
you
have
did
been.
advances?
Yeah, I might have been 17.
It was early October.
Yeah, I was 17.
You were
I was
17.
17.
So 17 and 18, you guys are both totaling over 800 kg.
Yeah.
When
That
when
is
did you? So
insane.
I remember you saying something crazy. When did you first bench 405? How old were you?
16?
How much did you weigh?
Like 183, 180.
So around the same.
Yeah, it's the same weight class.
That's
Yeah.
insane.
How did that like? So what was your bench progression?
Funny,
You just bench
dude.
it.
When I first started,
He just woke up.
I benched 260. My probably most impressive lift. I benched 265 when I was 13, like fully clean, paused, raw,
I was
butt not coming off the
17 when I
bench.
first benched that.
Yeah, I was PRing like literally like every 2 weeks. I was probably PRing like 10 pounds. I really started making like a ton of progress. Like I don't know what summer that was, maybe 21 or 22. I was like 14, and that summer I had morning workouts for football because I was still in football at that time. It was my summer going into my freshman year. I had summer workouts, and I would be cooked. I would sleep and play Rainbow Six Siege for like 2 hours, and then I would go to the gym around like about 3 hours later, and then go like, dude, I used to do the dumbest shit. I would do like a compound lift, so I would do like, you know, bench, squatter. I didn't deadlift till I was like 2 years later probably, but I would squat or bench, and then I'd do like just crazy bodybuilding workouts, like just a volume, like
An 8-hour arm workout.
no, I would probably be, I would have like 2 hour.
It's 5%
He brings
better.
like 60 shakes.
Yeah, I would have like 2 hour morning workouts for football. I'd go to the gym and probably be there for like 4 or 5 hours, because I would lift for like 2 hours and I'd play basketball for like 3 hours. I did that like every day that summer. I don't know how I recovered from it, but
you were like
I mean, you're-
12,
yeah,
you're
you
young.
were-
I was like
You can do
13 or
anything. You
14.
can look at a barbell
and I was doing like 6 sets of each, everything, doing like 100 like rep drop sets, like the craziest.
It's the most diamond gym.
It was like I think I could recover from anything at the time, so that's probably why I made so much progress. And it was like I blew up really. That I was PRing on bench like probably every week.
Yeah. I think people, I don't know if I should say over or underestimate, but the amount of time needed for rest and how much you can actually do in a day is just so wrong. Most people, they're like, oh, you don't train anymore for 2 hours, you're not going to recover. Like, well, first of all, it depends on what you're doing, but I went to a course where we were like doing anywhere from 8 to 12 hours of exercise a day, and we recovered just fine. You know, as long as you get enough food, you get some sleep. Now, granted, we did have Tempur-Pedic mattresses. Thank you, Air Force. But yeah, the recovery was intense. They had all kinds of like gadgets and stuff to monitor us, but we were pushing our bodies to the max, and like no one's getting close to that in a gym I've ever seen. No one has gotten close to that. So
Yeah, I agree. I think people just don't control their variables probably enough to work as hard. Some people could work harder, but they also need their variables probably wouldn't keep up. They wouldn't keep up with the variables in order to be able to work hard and recover from that hard work. If that makes sense.
there's you need a little bit of cardio too in there to keep up with some of that. You can't just go in and like just destroy your muscles with the weights. Like your heart can't take that, and you know, diet is a huge thing, which you just mentioned, working with a nutritionist. So I think that's a big part of recovery and like how much load you can actually take on is like how well are you doing your diet. So
Yeah.
Chase, when did you? So I remember it was your last USAPL meet. You hit 750, right?
Correct.
How old were you when you hit that? I don't remember how long ago that was. Like a couple
17
years.
or 16.
You're
16 or 17.
think
I was
just turned 17.
Yeah, I just turned 7. Oh, because it was in November. Yes,
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
turned 17. I lifted 340 kgs or 749 pounds.
You're basically 16. When you tell
Yeah.
people like 20 years from now, say you're 16.
Yeah, that was probably my most insane lift to date.
Dude, yeah.
was
Because that
lift.
video is so
Yeah,
crazy.
it
dude.
Yeah, it is.
The most hype this gym had
Yeah, that
ever
was-
been for
I was
powerlifting.
like, I was working the table, and everyone just stopped their job.
Yeah, I mean, that is honestly one of the questions here was like, what's your most memorable lift? That is my most memorable lift of all time. Just being at like my home gym, like Brewhouse Barbell, and then like pulling last at like that type of meet, and everybody's there like trying to support you. That is like my favorite lift of all time. Then I have it from like 10 different angles, which is really cool. So like seeing everybody is just that was like all time favorite lift, and yeah, that was an awesome day.
Yeah.
Were you competing in that same meet?
Yeah. I would have had the last lift wherever you
Yeah, which is crazy to say that
Awesome.
Chase was
Yeah.
17 having the last lift.
One thing, Chase, is that I feel like your squat has blown up since like
The most.
the most, because your deadlift is huge, but like I remember like seeing your progression. Like you always had a good deadlift.
Yeah.
But your bench and your squat both were just like skyrocketing.
Yeah, I think working with my coach John Song, he's helped me out a lot. But kind of surprising, I always thought like I was like a bigger dude and I shouldn't be squatting 3 times a week. Then I started squatting 3 times a week, and then just my squat blew up ever since then. But my bench, I feel like bench for everybody is kind of like a lift where it always progresses, but it's just super slow progression. And I feel like that's just how it's been for me. But it's slowly progressing, I would say. But yeah, my squat has blown up like very, very insane.
I feel like you both are like keeping up with each other pretty equally, you know, like pretty balanced.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll
never
squat
too
him
far.
and I'll deadlift him now.
You're 10 pounds heavier than me.
So like the
He's
bench
everything.
is the
Wait.
only one left.
In a meet though?
No, not in a meet. I haven't hired.
Bro,
in a meet.
the local meet, he was like not even. Never mind. Never mind. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna say that.
Go.
kidding.
Okay, it was like this. You can see from the side angle.
No, not the back angle. He's coping. Don't listen to anything he says.
Like the meat director posts like a video on us. Okay, my bad.
Get people in.
one got through.
It happens at local meets, guys.
I'm trying to see who this is. Oh.
I wanted to bring this up because I just think it's so funny still, like, just thinking about this. But, like, whenever you first came here, Chase, and you were 14, and I remember the first time that you, like, we had saw you. We thought you were some homeless guy came in the brew, just came inside
I
here.
thought you were like 20 something.
I thought you were so much older.
And, like, super homeless.
Super homeless?
Yeah,
I'm
Not homeless, just super homeless.
He was like wearing a hoodie,
long hair, like,
long
he looked
hair.
dirty.
That was like my skateboarding arc. Yeah.
And he was only 14 at the time. But I remember he had asked Claudio for a spot behind him, and Claudio went up to spot him and he failed.
Yeah,
Okay, so like leading up to that was like my first ever interaction ever with Chase.
Yes.
And like I'm seeing him like just doing some like weird stuff.
I was doing like bamboo bar bends.
You're like over here trying to squat, and you had 365 on the bar, and your first set you almost just freaking died because you had it too high.
Yeah.
So I was like, I'll unrack it and just move it down one. So then I unrack it, you move down the things one, and then you go for the squat again, and then you fall backwards. You dump the bar on my forearms. I get like crazy road rash, and like I pulled a muscle on my forearm where like I couldn't do a curl.
Yeah. That was pretty bad.
That was my first ever
That was just
interaction.
the first time that
I will say
this
this is like I'm not trying to. It's obviously my fault, but I feel like you should have like known better. Like first guy in them, you should like because I didn't have the safeties on. Could like all been prevented if the safeties were up. Because I just had the safeties on the ground. I didn't know what they were at the time.
I didn't know you were a freak back then.
but still, if I see like a random person in the gym and like they're asking for a spot and the safeties are down, I feel like I've done it before. Like I've forcefully put like the safeties.
But I'm sure Claudio's stance is 365, and he can like
it's
easily
not
back.
crazy.
Because like worst case scenario, you get pinned. I pick you up. You dumped it on me. Like I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah.
So,
This is
it's not my fault.
a CNATS champion.
Yeah.
That's helping.
You're the
him.
national
right.
champion.
It's honestly one of my biggest problems with powerlifting is the fact that you guys always need spotters. Like, if you're going to be able to lift the weight, then just lift the weight. And if you can't lift it, then don't lift it.
It's
I mean,
just a
that's
safety
seriously
thing.
just...
I mean,
Nah, everybody's
Yeah.
mad about that.
I mean, I feel like it's like a risk to reward ratio because whenever you're like going for a PR, like there is like a 50-50 chance of you getting it or not. So like you always want to take the safer side. Or like that's how I like to think about it. And especially like something can go wrong. Like I've seen multiple people like with especially heavier weight when they walk out of squat, they can like hit a pin with the weight and they can like knock them off balance. And so having the spotters there for that is very good. Then also like there is times people just accidentally forget to put the clip on and then the bar like goes like it dumps on. I've seen it multiple times here.
or they pass out.
Yeah.
I mean, I think people underestimate because we're in the powerlifting scene and just lifting scene. People underestimate how heavy like 300 pounds, 400 pounds, 500 pounds even is. And so if you don't have spotters and that's crushing you into the ground, you could. There's plenty of people that have died just in the gym.
Yeah.
So
You can destroy your back.
Yeah.
Like if you're benching, you can crush your sternum. Like
Yeah.
there's a lot of things that can go wrong.
You see the guy who passed out, mentioned 500.
yeah, I
The
think
bar's on. He's just
Yes, and he's just sitting there.
and it took
Gosh,
people
that's
like
weird.
2 minutes to go help him.
Yeah, I'm surprised he didn't die. I've seen that video.
Yeah.
And there has been like multiple occasions of people that like have died from like
Oh,
not
yeah.
having a spotter. Like
Yeah.
I remember like back in the day there was like that one. That's horrible. It was like on a Smith machine, and like her like it was
The Mexican
It was a
girl?
mom and her daughter
Oh,
was there,
yeah.
Yeah.
and she just got folded by
That
the
was
Smith machine.
yeah, that was.
Into the bench, yeah.
And
There was a really strong D1 football player like probably 4 years ago that died benching because it landed. It was on his neck and no one was there and he died.
Yeah.
damn. That's
That's,
rough.
and it was like 400 pounds.
That video like of that one guy that was also squatting and then he gets like spotted like really bad.
Yeah.
It was like
Yeah, over
Yeah.
his head.
Over,
Yeah.
like breaks
Yeah.
his neck and.
Or a lot of girls when they have ponytails will rip their hair out if they like dump it and
Yeah.
it'll get caught.
Yeah.
And I
I've
was
seen
like,
CrossFit.
Yeah,
Chicks
CrossFit.
always get their hair
snatch, it'll-
caught.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, but is it really acceptable though for a grown man to fail a lift? Like,
In my
Or to
opinion,
be-
though,
Wait,
it's
there was
kinda-
like a podcast of this, right?
It's kind of weak-minded. You're over here like asking a dude like, oh, can you this?
Yeah,
Bobby?
you
know,
Like,
spotted
like,
by
just-
another man.
Just lift it. Just
You know what's
put
funny?
everything you've got into it.
Is that for an
both.
actual like bodybuilding career, this guy goes a failure on every set.
Yeah, I just take the weight. I go till I can't lift anymore. And, no, but seriously, I had a time I was benching.
Tell him the story about how you hurt your neck.
Oh, well, I can tell that one too. But one of the times I was benching, and there's a guy Kenny that usually works out in here, same time every day. So he was in here, and it was just me and him, and I was benching to failure, which is like normal for bodybuilders. And so I set up the safeties just like right above me, where I could get down low enough, and then just let the bar go and kind of slide out once I was done. And so I'm going, and I get like a couple half reps, and then I just can't get it up. And set it down, I like take a short breath, and I go to slide up, and I see Kenny falling over everything, trying to like run over and save me. And then I just like, I roll it forward and sit up, and he's like, oh, I thought, I was like, oh no, I'm good, man. I did that on
Kenny
purpose.
is such a good dude. I could probably hear the fear. Today, me and Kenny had to help this guy. It was one of the sets that was here squatting, and he had like 600 loaded up, and he can usually rep it out pretty well. But he unracks. Me and Jace are fixing a deli platform. I just hear, help. And I look. He's holding it. And he forgot to put clip on one side. So all 5 reds are like almost at the end. He's like fighting it to not fall. And me and Kenny are just like running, hurtling over all the equipment to rack him. And he's just like, the help. It's just the help. And me and Jace were just like, it's so funny.
But you actually want me to tell the story how I hurt my neck?
Dude, yeah.
The one with the girl on the treadmill? Oh, man, dude.
I do have a question. Who is Kenny?
He's just one of the members.
He's like
Yeah.
the long hair and the beard that's
I know
usually
you're
here all
talking
kind of random.
Yeah.
He's here earlier.
But yeah, I hurt my neck working out one time because the way the gym was set up. And let me preface with this time period was when like the Joey Swole stuff of him first making the videos of like the girls saying gym creeps, and like that was the new popular thing, was girls being like, look, this guy glanced at me and all this stuff. So like you can't look anywhere in the direction of a female in the gym from in this time period. And so I'm at the base gym on Eglin Air Force Base out in Florida. And so it's a pretty big gym. There's a bunch of people working out, but I wanted to do some military press, shoulder press, overhead press, whatever you want to call it. And the one rack that's like most appropriate for me to use, it's not, a squat rack or some other use rack, was off to the side, and it was placed facing directly at this treadmill. And it's like the only one open, the only one I can use. I go over and I start setting up, and then this girl comes in and sets up on the treadmill when I like stepped away. I come back, I'm like, well, I'm gonna lift this. I guess the only way to do this is just kind of look to the side. So I'm not looking right at her on this treadmill right in front of me, because I could tell she was already getting a little creeped out that I chose to use that piece of equipment. And even though I was there first, but so I'm like looking off to the side, and then I'm lifting overhead, and right as I start coming down, I feel like the tension in the twisted spine, and I was just like, and then I just dumped the weight, like tried not to make a scene, unracked everything, walked right out to my car, like drove off the base right into my house, like got on the couch and just sat there in pain, a little tear shed. Oh no, I was so mad. I was so mad leaving there, because I was like, I can't believe the culture in the gym these days just caused me to get injured. These girls need to stop freaking being so weird.
It's like a super nice lady. It's like whenever I work out at Crunch, I used to like go to the dumbbell area, and there's always just women coming in front of me, and I'm like, dang, this ceiling looks really good right now.
Or it's like when you're walking upstairs and
exactly. Like, dang, this what weather is it like today?
It's just because you just can't look in that direction.
Yeah. Well, I had a time, one time, I would usually take like my hoodie off once I get hot, set it down, throw all my wallet, keys, phone in there so I don't have stuff in my pockets, and I just throw it on the ground next to whatever I'm using. Well, at the base gym in Vegas, another base gym, I'm on Nellis Air Force Base working out, even better gym, but they have multiple squat racks in this area, like in kind of like, it's like a 3x3x3 square with different squat racks. And I'm in one of them, and I decide I'm done, I'm leaving. And as I'm walking through kind of the rest of them, there's like this whole group of chicks, probably like 10 of them, all working out in the squat racks kind of behind me. And I pick up my jacket, my phone and everything. And as I'm walking with my phone sideways, I walk by them all of them turn and look at me and give me like a disgusting look. And I'm like, what in the world? Get to my next machine, throw my hoodie down, keys, wallet, phone lands up, or the backside up, flashlights on. And I'm like, you gotta be kidding me, dude. And so they thought I walked by and just took a video of all of them really creepily like sneaking my phone. And I'm like,
You're like, what's their fucking problem?
What the fuck is going on?
and then here I go again. This freaking gym culture, man. I can't even work out.
You should just set your tripod. That one.
They need to have a women's room to save us men. Like,
That's so funny.
Getting brack segregation.
Did you guys have any more questions?
Yeah, I have a couple
Yeah.
questions.
Yeah, dude.
This one is from Wilson. He says, for Chase, would you rather dot 650 or be a GM in chess?
Oh, I guess I don't know anything
Dude,
about
that's a hard question. Man.
Grandmaster or
really.
dot
Dude,
650?
Which
is
You
cool.
want to be a
Okay.
grandmaster?
You want to be a freaking nerd?
Okay, I'm going
or-
like very like depths in this. The talent pool for chess is a lot more. So a lot more people play chess than there is powerlifters. So like there could be an argument that being a grandmaster is significantly harder than dotting 650, but no one in powerlifting has dotted 650 yet.
And tested.
They
And
had
tested.
about to say tested.
Yeah, that's what I meant. But like chess has also been around for a much longer time. But
Yeah.
that is a hard question. Would probably have to dot 650.
You'd be the first to do it, so untested.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, is he saying like give up one of their two, or just like as for right now?
I guess you
Just
think
would
just
you
pick
rather?
one. Just pick
Like
one.
you can only get one.
You
I
only-
can only get one.
Yeah.
Probably have to be the powerlifting, but that is a hard question.
Imagine being a grandmaster though. Also,
That
dot
dude,
650.
yeah, that would be insane. That would be
You're
insane.
just-
Because like people don't know how hard it is, like how hard chess is, and like the many levels, and like how far like it goes down the loop of chess. So
Imagine being a grand deadlifting 650.
Oh my God.
I'm gonna bleep that.
There's gonna be a grandmaster.
I'm gonna bleep it.
There's gonna be.
There's gonna be some guy just like. You just-
Okay, I gotta bleep that too.
Yes, please do. Sorry.
I feel like there's more money in chess.
yeah, there is. Like I think Magnus Carlsen and Hikaru, they definitely make a lot more money than like Russ or like Joe Bornstein right now.
And
so.
without having to grind the social media like you do. Like if you want to make it in the
Yeah.
fitness industry now, literally you don't even have to be good at the sport. You have to be good at content creation. Now, if you're good at both,
yeah.
even better. But
yeah.
yeah.
All like you said, like all of like the like famous content creators right now, they're not necessarily even strong. Like yes, they're strong to like the general fitness, but they're not like these powerlifters that are way more stronger than them. They're just really good at creating content.
I mean, you can look at
Yeah. I
Nate. He's strong,
Yeah.
but he's not the top.
Yeah,
he's
it's-
really good at,
Yeah.
at content.
I've
I
noticed
don't know.
his
Nate
videos
is really strong. He squats like almost 700 pounds.
say his
at
squat-
83.
It's not even like relative.
Well,
like,
yeah.
not
Yeah.
even the best.
Yeah, but still, yeah.
Only person I could think of that's like has pretty much both is Russell Orhe. Like in terms of like
Yeah.
having a social media presence
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
really high.
They
Like,
I
definitely
would
is
say Russ and Jamal Browner. I would say.
Yeah.
They have
Yeah, but
the-
Jamal's kind of taking his little. He's taking a little thing off.
Bodybuilding
He's
arc.
not really doing
yeah,
CrossFit
yeah,
anymore.
yeah.
But he blew it because his deadlift.
Yeah,
was
his deadlift's
insane,
stupid.
dude.
Because
Deadlifting
like
over 1,000 is insane.
Yeah,
dude.
Yeah.
that is crazy.
Chase will do it one day.
Yeah, he will.
Yeah, he will.
I think I could on deadlift bar
Natty.
pounds. I
Who's
probably
that
could do
one
it
dude?
now.
It's like Tyson something.
Tyson
Browner.
Browner.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate it. When I first found out about the guy, I was like, dude, I can't stand this dude.
Yeah, he's a goofball.
Yeah.
Deadlifts 900, barely benches 300.
I remember seeing that. I'm
I
like,
think he blocked. I like commented something. He blocked me.
Yo, everybody blocks you, Claudio.
So, yeah, you
I,
get blocked by
I picked
everybody.
fights. I remember one time. This is like way back in like 2020. Do you guys know who Matt Winning is?
Ooh,
that
that's
Name
sounds
sounds
so
familiar.
familiar.
He's like an OG powerlifting strength guy.
yeah.
But he
Matt
was
Winning?
doing some like bench motion or something like that. And it's like, it's not for the gay boys. And then I was like, what if I'm gay and I want to do this? And he just blocked me after that.
There's your
Yeah,
answer.
Who are you
Yeah.
blocked by?
And then there's also
Back by
Pierre,
powerlifting
Pierre,
coach.
Steve Denovi.
Yeah.
He blocked me because
big
I think I
powerlifting
was
coach.
liking comments that were like dogging Sean Noriega.
He gets offended very quickly.
he blocks
and
everybody.
I
My bad.
didn't find out I was blocked. I didn't find out I was blocked until Celine like posted like a screenshot or like something about his, and like I looked him up and like no profile found. I was
That's
like, oh,
crazy.
that's crazy. Yeah.
Yeah. He
Yeah.
just would block people if you
Block
say anything
anybody
about his
else?
athletes. Because as soon as he mentioned Sean Ray,
my exes. That's about it.
Gross. All right,
so
let's see
fun.
here. So, this is from Hawk, some guy Hawk. He says, Dylan and Chase, what separates y'all from others? Preparation, question mark, etc.
What makes
You
What
gotta-
makes you different from everybody else?
Like as like training partners.
I guess
No,
it
it means,
kinda
like,
just seems
separates us
as
from, like,
athlete, I feel
being
like.
competitive.
Like,
Yeah.
what do you
Yeah.
do that makes you better than other people?
What makes you 1 and 2?
Yeah.
You
I
guys,
think
you
Bill
guys
would have a
are.
better answer because I feel like like Claudio
I did, though.
No, I would say that you
Oh, my
guys,
core hurt.
I would say personality-wise, are very different
Yeah.
Mhm.
in the way you handle competition, but both are still very good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say, I mean, just doing the stuff that people don't regularly do, not just getting proper sleep, getting nutrition, that everyone knows that, but it's doing that consistently and doing that over a long period of time. And people underestimate it, but people just don't work hard enough in the gym. People just simply don't work hard enough in the gym. I think that's, people underestimate that, and because people always want to look at something else than not what actually is going on. Is my sleep right? This could be off, but really a lot of the times people are just not working hard. I know so many top powerlifters that I've trained with or hear about that skip accessories, will do this on the weekends, do that, and it's just like people just
I would say it's
I
interesting
don't
that
wanna-
everyone kind of universally knows that's what you need to do, but it's like
They
you will-
choose not to do it.
Yeah,
Right.
it's
or
like
they want to they
hard
think
to
that
do.
they do and
Yeah.
they don't.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I would say like one thing I know for me and definitely you, like ever since I was 14, I don't think like I've ever missed like a training session. Like I've been 5 days a week for like the longest time. Like Christmas,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving, I've always come to the gym unless like when I was like between like before I had my permit, like if I couldn't go to the gym, like my parents weren't able to take me. Obviously, I like wasn't able to, but I always found out like to do like push-ups or some sort of type of way. So like in that terms, I've always been like very locked into that. And then recently, I've been locked in with my nutrition, and so
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
been helping a lot.
Finally eating vegetables.
So
Yeah,
just
I know.
being consistent, you feel like is the best thing that separates you guys.
Consistent over a long period
Yeah,
of time
yeah.
shows major results because
Yeah.
you
Mhm.
like being consistent for a year. Like a year's a long time, but it's really not. Like there's like people like Russ have been consistent for like 10 plus years.
Mhm, yeah, he's been doing it for
Yeah,
15
so
years.
You can't expect to go against someone that's been consistent for 10 years when only you've been consistent for
Yeah,
1 year.
exactly.
Yeah.
So
That's one thing you guys are going to just benefit from incredibly because you've learned at a young age what discipline actually means. Because a lot of people they're just completely undisciplined, and we live in a world now that rewards being undisciplined,
Yeah.
not finishing the video even. When people can't even watch a 6-second video anymore.
Yeah.
The attention spans are horrible. But you guys have shown that you can come in at a young age, even against the kind of time period you grew up in. Because I've worked with a lot of high school kids now that y'all's age, even coming out of high school, and it's just so much harder for them to grasp anything that takes consistency
Yeah.
and discipline and stuff like that. So, it's nice that you guys see that because it really is the key. Like you have to learn discipline in this life to be good at anything. And then you have to do it consistently, day after day, week after week, year after year for 10 years.
Yeah.
It's not going to be
It's-
a 1-year thing.
I mean, even adding to that is like people just expect
oh no.
people expect progress to come out. With a lot of these young lifters that people see is they make ton of progress, and then they maybe have a minor injury or they stop making progress for 4 or 5 months and then they quit. So I mean, people might act like you see me and Chase PRing all the time. I don't know, this is in my case, I don't know about Chase's case, but I squatted like 585 when I was 15, but yes, that's impressive, obviously, but like
Yes,
not what I'm
Nobody was saying that.
I'm gonna
What I'm
glaze
get-
myself if nobody.
what I'm getting at is
Please,
that after I squatted that, I didn't PR for like 11 months. So it's not like I've just been making progress for every single month since I've started training.
Yeah, there was a time I didn't PR my Delph single for a whole year.
Yeah, exactly.
That was funny because last podcast Seth was saying he PR'd every week for like a year, like 3 years
I
straight.
mean, yeah, but like he.
Yeah.
You can't
His
compare a
training-
soak up to a human though.
No, he's literally just cyborg.
Yeah.
I think you make the most progress overall in the trenches. When you're not
Yeah.
seemingly making numbers in your logbook
Yeah.
or even just in life in general, when you're not like meeting your goals, but you still continue to press every day consistently because that's just what you have to do.
Yeah.
You end up making so much progress in almost
Set up such a good
everything.
base to kind
Yeah,
of
just-
Yeah.
propel yourself.
Just
up.
Mentally,
showing up.
you get ahead. Physically, you end up ahead. Financially, in a lot of
Yeah.
cases too. So
One thing I wanted to ask is like getting back on about how you guys are like disciplined, locking in better and making like this pretty much your life. Do you ever, or like, how do you feel about like, seeing other people your age that are not doing that, but they live the life of like going out a lot, You know, you're getting that age where people will start going to bars, parties,
drinking.
things like that, which they like. That's kind of like the normal for fun and like having that party life. But you guys aren't going down that path. How do you guys feel about that? Like obviously having a strong support system from what you're doing, but I guess for being in school, seeing others who don't live that life.
Yeah. I mean, like, the way I look at it, speaking for me, I don't know about Dylan, but, like, these other people that are out, like, partying, they're out doing all this other stuff, you know, like, obviously I've met them and stuff like that, and, like, I honestly am way more happier than all these other people. Like, they're, like, very less emotionally stable. They don't have, like, a lot of things going for them. So whenever I see that, it makes me even, like, more proud of myself that I'm in the gym and I'm not going out constantly and doing stuff like that. Like, obviously I go out with friends, but not to the extent like you're talking about. Like, I'm still, man, it's like, you know, like, for example, like going play pool with Dylan or with my other friends, I'm able to have a good time. But seeing other people that are, like, partying, drinking and stuff like that, and I'm just like, it kind of, like, disgusts me at the end of the day because, you know, it's just like looking at them and then looking at myself. Like, I don't want to sound like cocky, but I would much rather be in my shoes 100% of the time.
No, yeah, I mean that's how you should be.
Yeah.
You're looking at it in a really good way.
Yeah, and then obviously, like, in the beginning, like, whenever, like, you like, well, I think when like 15 or 16, like, everybody's wanting to go party, everybody's wanting to go do that stuff. I think initially, if you're able to reject that in that first part, then you're able to reject it for pretty much the later part of your life, and it's a lot easier to reject it.
Yeah.
So.
And with me, like, I've known what powerlifting is since I was 13, and since I started powerlifting, I wanted to be the best of all time, no matter what, and that comes with the partying, not, you know, having to sacrifice, not only discipline. People mistake discipline all the time, but to be the best, it doesn't take discipline. It takes discipline. It takes a lot of sacrifice. People don't really talk about that, but it takes a lot of sacrifice with social life, friends. Not saying that you need to put yourself in a box and not talk to anyone, but there's a time and place for things, and so I really don't have a desire to party or drink or, you know, do whatever all that. It's just not my thing.
You just have a desire to win.
Yeah, I have an obsession with wanting to be the best, so I don't care about those things.
It's funny that you say sacrifice and that, you know, you have to sacrifice the going out and the partying and the drugs and eating like crap and all that. Like, it's weird that we're conditioned now in this world to say, oh, well, that's normal.
Yeah.
So if you don't do that, you're having to make a sacrifice.
Like, we're doing the extreme and they're doing the normal.
Right.
It almost makes what some of us do even harder because it's like it is considered now a sacrifice, even though it should be what we're doing. Like, well, we take it to the extreme, but you know, eating a good food, good whole food, exercising, these are things that people should be doing. But to do that, you have to, quote unquote, sacrifice these worldly things. It's funny that we
just going against that big brother slop. You know?
It's just considered like that's like the social thing to do. It's like being social now is considered just going out to these bars. You know, you can't consider like for instance, for me, I don't really consider that anymore a social thing. Like the gym after work for me is my social time.
Especially here.
Yeah, so it's just like that's the main reason again why I wanted to be owning this place. Just everybody here is so talkative, so wanting to push me to be better, and everybody's just wanting to push each other. You know,
even if people live that certain lifestyle, they keep it out of the gym. They keep it out of this place. They don't talk about it or anything like that. This is a place like to work. But if you are going to a bar, Oklahoma Ranch.
On February 15th.
On February 15th.
Specifically.
If you go out there the 14th, just stay the night.
Yeah, we'll
help us load in equipment.
You can help us in the morning.
You guys can help us like put the platforms down.
We'll come scoop you up out of the parking lot and put you to work in the morning.
Yeah, and another thing with being like not drinking, it's not even that. Just I have such an obsession with this goal. It's that I like feeling healthy. I don't like feeling like shit in the morning. You know what I mean?
The next day.
Yeah, I don't like that feeling. You know, I know I'm going to have a family at some point. I mean, I'm going to have kids. I looked for a future where, you know, I see my kids grow up as long as I can. Not having health problems, not where having people take care of me. I want to live, you know, I like living, you know. I want to live as long as I possibly can.
And enjoy it.
Yeah, exactly. Enjoy it.
Other problems that come with like drinking alcohol, doing any kind of drugs.
Living by a good example.
One thing that's going to be great, and I hope you guys can realize this as you progress into your 20s especially, and trying to figure out, you know, what does the next stage look like, the family, the kids, buying a house, all that. But the discipline and the things that you guys have learned being at the top level of a sport, especially a very individual sport like powerlifting, where it's almost solely up to your effort. Like there really is no team that can kind of carry you in the moment. It's just like bodybuilding and strongman and these strength sports. You train for however long for that one moment. So everything that you did beforehand is going to come out there. Mm-hmm. And that, having to do the things that you need to do that, like making the sacrifices, eating the healthy diet, the consistent training, the getting to bed on time, waking up, and getting enough sleep. All these skills can transfer into other things. Yeah. So they can transfer into your financial life. They can transfer into your family life. And I think that's going to be really, it's just awesome that you guys have figured that out, I think, because a lot of people that we're talking about that do all these other things, they're just kicking the can down the road.
Mm-hmm. And one funny analogy, like you said, is, and well, at least for powerlifting, is you can do 9 months of training for 9 minutes on the platform. Mm-hmm. So you have that 9 minutes of give, and then like when you're on the platform for only 9 minutes, I could see him, goes by very fast. But
that delayed gratification is such a great skill to have, to go, oh, well, I can put my head down and work, like trusting that this is going to pay off.
Yeah,
exactly.
Yeah,
so
100%.
Which I would say would be worth it for a world stage,
Yeah.
Absolutely. I mean, something that's interesting is my boss told me this is like the other day, is just working out is the only thing that you can do in life that actually gives you results as long as you keep doing it.
Yeah.
Like you always will get stronger in some way or get better on like form or anything like that. That's one reason why I fell in love with the gym too, is just like consistency and getting stronger just for showing up. Getting maybe not necessarily stronger, but just maybe my form got a little bit better on something. I figured out, I can put my arm this way, I can bench a little bit better, whatever.
Exactly.
Are there any questions you want to ask before?
They're mostly questions for me and Dylan, not necessarily a question for like.
That's fine.
Well, yeah.
We're here about you guys. We want to hear what you guys.
You want to let Claudio read them so you can kind of feel like you're answering them.
Answer my own questions.
So where's the good ones for me?
Answer the.
When are your guys' next competitions?
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think
so I am 8 weeks out from Open Nationals. It's in early March in Lake Tahoe, Nevada.
Mm-hmm.
I am about 19 weeks out from Age Division Nationals in Corpus Christi, Texas.
So also, speaking of, what made you want to do Open Nats compared to just going into juniors?
So that is a funny question. Actually, me and Dylan talked about this quite a bit. It was more so like my coach. He wanted me to do Open Nationals, and I'm a type of person where like if you have a coach, you should listen to your coach, because at the end of the day, what's the point of having a coach if you're just not going to agree with him or you're going to disagree with him like end after end? And so he wanted me to do it, and I was like, sure, I'll do Open Nats. I think it'll be a great experience. Unfortunately, I don't think I'll be in the primetime session. I'll just be in the regular open session, but I still want to be like out there watching the primetime session. That gives me like a lot of motivation in my own lifts. But like even granted that I'm not going to be in the primetime session, which is it's around the top 10 best lifters get to go into primetime, I do think I will have like around like a top 7 to top 5 total not being in the primetime. So I do think that is like, and it's also like another motivator is like how big of a total can I put up while not being in the prime time is what's motivating me really right now. It's like kind of being that like underdog in essence.
Yeah. What is your goal total?
For the meet or just like?
I got a gatekeep, but no.
Well, you don't have to say it.
You can give a range.
So like my goal for squat, obviously for me, I just want to go 9 for 9. Kind of funny. I've done 10 powerlifting meets and I've never gone 9 for 9.
Same.
I mean, I've only done one meet, so 9 for 9.
Yeah, but anyways, I want to squat around, I want to say 335 to 340, which is in pounds. It's 738 to 750. Bench, I would be happy with anywhere from a 195 to 200 kg bench, which is 430 to 440. Then deadlift, anything over 800, I'd be really happy with. Then if those goals do happen, it would be around like a 900 to anywhere from like high end 930. So I think if I do 340, 200, that gives me a 540 kg subtotal. Then if I do 380 on deadlift, that'll give me 920, which is the current highest total of all time for the 93 kg weight class.
And the open weight class for 93 kg.
Yeah.
So Dylan, what made you want to do age division nationals compared to going to the open?
I would like to do open, but the thing about doing open is if I do open, then people that are going to age division nationals will know the total to automatically to make it to world. So
okay.
Right now, I have one other competitor in the 83 juniors. He's a really good lifter, Jaden Lowe. He's doing open nationals because he's actually really close to Joe Bornstein, like the top guy. And so whatever he does at open nats is the goal total that I'll try to beat at H division. So I'll know obviously the total to beat.
Smart.
Okay, so the question I want to ask is, do you think powerlifting should be an Olympic sport?
Yeah, I can answer this.
You want to answer?
Yeah, I'll answer.
Okay.
And then you can go. Well, we can all mean everyone can.
I mean, I think it should be, and like, I think it should be in the Olympics, but it's kind of taking, like Dylan's brought this up many times, it's kind of taking its own route, like similar to like what the UFC is taking. Like we kind of have like our old like world champions in essence. So, I mean, I think it could be very beneficial for the powerlifting sport, but it is doing fairly well, like with Sheffield and like a big money meet like Advances. So it is doing well on its own. So I think it would benefit in terms of like overall viewership, but I don't know how much it would actually benefit the talent.
Yeah, like it's cool, but I don't. The only thing that's cool about it is winning a gold medal. Other than that, it's really not cool. I don't think being in the Olympics adds viewership. There's plenty of sports in the Olympics that you're like this, and you look online, it has no viewership. It's like the most niche sport ever. You know what I mean? So, right, like you have you have very niche sports in the Olympics, and they don't really. It doesn't do much really. You don't get athletes don't get paid for doing anything in the Olympics by the U.S. or the country. Which the U.S. really mainly.
You get like 40,000 if you win.
It's like 20 for a gold medal. But it's like you train if you're the very best in every 4 years. So it's like, you know what I mean?
Not worth it.
So it would be cool. It's cool to do it and like potentially ever win a gold medal because that's like a pinnacle probably of a sport. If it's not NFL, NBA, the pinnacle of a sport is probably like winning a gold medal.
In the Olympics, there's a lot of prestige. And
it is.
Just being able to call yourself an Olympian.
Yeah. If I tell someone maybe like 40 years from now I won IPF Worlds, it's like okay, cool, but it's like I have a gold medal from the Olympics. That's people know automatically.
Like,
no matter
the peak athlete.
No matter what, people are gonna know what that is.
Right.
And I kind of forgot to mention this. IPF is taking like their own way of the Olympics by doing World Games. It is. I think
it's like the little brother of the Olympics.
Are they gonna? You guys know if they're gonna end up changing? Because I know it was equipped.
Yeah, and they just went raw this year.
Oh, okay, so they did.
That was raw.
It was like a few months ago. They went raw.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think there was like a deadline right after the previous Olympics that just happened, and I don't think powerlifting put their entry thing to be in the 2028 Olympics. So I don't think we'll be in the 2028 Olympics. Possibly, maybe they're just building, and maybe they're like they don't care this time, but next time around, 2028, they'll.
I do think there is a little bit of a detriment of some of the decisions that the IPF is making.
The rules?
To kind of make it more, I guess, Olympic friendly, like the whole like necklace, no celebration thing. I feel like that kind of stems from their desire to like be like an Olympic sport and kind of fit into the into that.
I do understand the point of the bench. Maybe they just articulated it really badly in the rules, but
I mean I understand the bench, but
the necklace
I feel
and
like
stuff
rules should be made to kind of even the playing field as much as possible. And like wearing a necklace, like
it's dumb.
Yeah, it doesn't change.
Another thing though, what about that though is like people complain in powerlifting and say it's like the worst thing ever, but I'm like that's every sport ever has the stupidest rules. Every organization of any sport has the dumbest rules.
You can't wear a chain while you're playing football. So
you can, I think, in football, but
in NFL.
Yeah, but there's still
you can be tackled by it. If you have stuff that's not there, you can be tackled by it.
Yeah, but there's still so many dumb rules in every sport. So it's like as an athlete, I don't care. It's every sport. You kind of should expect things like that.
But it isn't helping like the overall terms. But no, I agree with Dylan.
It's so short lived. People will be mad about it for months. No one cares after 2 months.
Yeah, I mean it's not like the bench change that IPF made, like with elbow depth. I mean nobody necessarily really cares about it anymore.
It's like just a thing now.
Yeah.
And like it is kind of funny because like the majority of the people that are complaining about these rules, they're not even in powerlifting America. They're in like USAPL or they're
not in the IPF because a lot of these are like at local meets they don't enforce any really rules.
Yeah. And this sounds to me, but those oftentimes people they're all like the low level like type of lifters. So it's never really like the high lifters that are really complaining about it.
Yeah.
Speaking of it, I just think it's interesting how a lot of people would complain about it being not in the IPF. It's like you're not even you're not there.
Yeah, it was so funny. Like whenever the stiff knee sleeve ban like originally got out, so many people here were like, we got to switch SBDs or something like that. And it was just everybody in USAPL was like freaking out over it.
Also, like I think when people are talking about they want to compete in like the IPF, I'm like, you're not going to go to Worlds. If you're not going to go to Worlds, what's the point in you doing PA whenever USAPL has so much more potential in the USA?
Yeah.
Like if you're gonna go to Worlds, I understand. Like then that makes more sense for you to want to do PA, IPF, whatever. But if you're not a world level athlete, there's no real point in you going to do IPF or PA. It's like
Other than I would say other than that though, but it's just really I think it's mainly having everyone in one federation.
Yeah,
It's organized.
yeah.
It separate because it doesn't.
I wish that we had
Not
that
just
so
lifters,
bad.
but it also separates the money. You know what I mean? IPF can't.
Yeah.
The IPF like heavy like really strong lifters can't carry without people competing in PA to help money get those lifters.
That's why I think like 2020 and 2019 were such like good years for
It was.
powerlifting.
Yeah,
That's
everyone was
whenever,
under
like,
one thing.
Yeah, like the strongest people. There was one federation.
Mm-hmm.
Everything was unified, and then the split happened, and then you got like the elite lifters in Powerlifting America, and then everybody else in USAPL.
Yeah.
But eventually, one federation will die off.
Yeah,
and,
it's just-
and there will be
It's just the course it'll
unification
run.
again.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, I remember I was in college, sitting with my buddy Mark, who kind of got me into powerlifting, and I knew nothing about powerlifting, like not about federations or anything. He was just on his phone. He's like, "Dude, USAPL just got kicked out of IPF,"
Yeah.
and I was just like, "I don't know what any of that is."
What does that mean?
And then once I found
it
out,
was pretty
yeah.
huge. Like,
Yeah, it was big for like,
Yeah, and I
us.
was just like, "What?" He's like, "This is like the America power. This is how you get a worlds. All this."
Yeah.
And I was just like, "Aren't there like a ton of USA like federations?"
Yeah.
I had no
Yeah,
idea.
that's one thing I do hate about powerlifting that makes it so much more niche. I feel like is just having so many different
Yeah.
federations. There's NASA, there's USPA, there's all USAPL,
NASA
there's
mentioned.
PA, there's
There's AAU.
so many like SPF. It makes no sense to have so many different federations in a sport. And then
I do think that is one of the weakest aspects of untested powerlifting. You have all these federations, so many backyard federations, and like
Yeah.
the standard for lifting a lot of those is very subpar.
Yeah.
And every time somebody tries to make like the federation, they're like a Russian spy or like
Yeah.
they're like touching people or like,
Yeah,
like just
yeah.
doing bad stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah, what's with all the people? Because that happened in bodybuilding. They had to purge that out. All these people that were hosting events or like high up judges that were getting to these national level shows and stuff were all getting like complaints of they would send competitors emails like before the show, like, hey, you know, if you want a couple extra points,
Well,
like
I think
we'll do
it's-
some posing in my room. And
It's being like feeling like you have a lot of power and like in a very small pond, which is like fitness and strength building and all
Yeah.
that. And you think you're like this like big hoss that can get away with anything. You're like so special. And also like for the untested, you have like all these drugs, and I feel like
Yeah.
your inhibitions are a little bit lower. You're a little bolder. Your
You're
drive
an
to do
animal
things is probably a
you're
little
able
higher.
to think probably.
They
as
say
well.
like Trent's guilty of turning quite a few people gay. So
You know, the more days. Where he's like,
You got a
Trent
bunch of
turned me
people on
gay.
Trend.
Is
Yeah,
that
just
real?
like-
There's
Yeah.
like a Reddit story about this Trent turning this guy
Yeah.
gay.
Yeah.
there's been there's very few studies on trend, and if they do, they kind of get suppressed. Because you shouldn't be doing studies on trend.
Yeah.
So, but the few that have kind of come out and compiled of people's evidence, one of the side effects is sexual deviation. So it's
I
You're
remember
the one
talking
who
to
took Trent here.
yeah.
feel
No,
that?
I did not take enough to experience sexual
Spencer,
deviation.
trend?
So
well, I remember
thank goodness.
I was talking to Tanner about that because like Tanner brought it up. Tanner is very like in the know of like all like have like steroids and peptides, and he was telling me that basically like the reason why I think is just like when you take Trend, you become so masculine, you just like don't care if it's like male or female.
Yeah.
So that's what he was.
Beast.
Yeah, he was just like you just
I
don't.
must
Yeah.
You become
Yeah, you just become so.
Just need a hole.
Yeah.
You know, but
Yeah.
You're gonna see a sandbag over there with a hole in it.
Yeah,
I,
he just.
I do think a lot of that just comes from like regular people being in a like position of power that they normally wouldn't be in, or they've
Yeah.
never been in, or just like insecurities and be like, oh, like people look up to me, I can take advantage of that.
Yeah, yeah.
Mm.
Sad.
So yeah,
Sad.
Yeah.
Purge them all
I
out.
think that's why untested people are touching other people.
I do wish it was just
Like
like
Steffi Cohen.
one.
Well,
I don't think she touched anyone. I think
yeah,
she's
she's
her boyfriend.
insane. Like
Well, no,
actually,
she like
Who's this?
Steffi Cohen. She's very
Do you know who she
popular.
is?
I've heard that name.
she was a very very strong like woman powerlifter who's on gear and lift, and she basically was stalking her ex-boyfriend and like robbing a gym, and like she did a lot of
Type.
crazy
She was
things
really-
recently.
I thought she did something with like a underage boy. a couple
That one I
times.
don't know.
Probably
about,
alleged.
but
Probably,
I wouldn't be
Underage
surprised at this point.
boy.
She's literally doing
Underage
everything.
boy.
Yeah, so
I think that's something that people don't want to talk about in the enhanced world. So there's a lot of mental issues.
I mean,
Yeah,
USPA.
yeah.
I mean, USPA
Yeah.
There's-
had that happen to them where they got purged, and purged.
Yeah.
And then the new owner got in for their president and everything, and I'm not a big fan of USPA meetings.
The
Yeah,
whole
a lot
thing
of
on
mental
that was
issues.
because
USPA?
Yeah.
Dude,
Yeah.
the guy that got like sent off, the guy that like did that on one of the Texas Federation drug tested me when I was like 15.
oh my god,
Oh,
You
yeah.
want to talk about it? No.
He was an assault with me. No, I'm kidding.
Oh, man.
It was just me and him the same room.
He gave me some leverage.
this is all alleged. We're not being serious with that.
Yeah.
One. But,
Added a couple
yeah, no,
kgs.
I'm not a fan of USPA with just that and
'Cause
other stuff.
their whole thing was because they weren't doing background checks on their judges. I'm pretty for
Yeah.
sure.
Yeah,
That's
because
what-
he already
Yeah.
had that going into
That's another
the,
reason why I
crazy.
like USAPL so much too. Is they actually background check all the refs and everybody. Like you're not gonna get away with it if you have anything you've done in the past.
Like, I remember for this like USPA meet, they had like some dude that was registered in the like the sex offender registry,
Yo.
and he was like spotting like some youth meet or something. Like that.
Mm,
It was
like
so
waiting
gross.
little girls
Yeah,
in.
yeah.
Yeah, seriously.
Uh,
That's
Yeah.
insane.
That's
Yeah,
so
it
gross.
was bad.
That's how it blew up too. Is
Yeah.
because of that.
Dude, I was
One-
about to
one of
like
the main reasons.
about to fail my lift, and I felt something in my butt.
No,
Yeah.
no.
That's a guy that I followed. He was in the Air Force at the same time as me, but he got kicked out for steroids.
You're like,
His name's
you go.
his name's Danny Jacob. Well, he apparently what I heard was that he had some beef at the gym or something, or an ex that said that he was selling it at the gym. So if you start selling gear at a gym off base, like people, they're gonna find out. It seems like every time somebody's been hemmed up for steroids in the military, it's because they're selling it and it gets in the hands of like an underage person. And then it all ends up leaking back. Because anytime some kid gets a hold of steroids and the parents find out, they'll find out.
Do you know
But
what's
yeah, his name was Danny Jacob. He's real popular.
drop?
look him up.
Yeah. Oh no. Yeah. He's got like 1 million followers now. Yeah. He's like a big deal. Yeah. He's like a big deal now. So, yeah.
Dropping some random guy.
well, yeah, he started kind of blowing up, and then I think a big issue with like him getting a lot of attention from the higher ups was that he was blowing up on social media and had some people having issues with that. Yeah, and then he got kicked out, made his whole video on it. It was a whole big thing on Reddit amongst the Air Force that everyone was talking about. I don't even know if he knows that, but and then after that he's just blown up on social media. But one of the videos that took him off was he was on a hack squat and he has his girlfriend like he squats down, acts like he's failing it, and then she just grabs him up in the crotch and just lifts him up all the way.
What's crazy with you saying about like the underage, like you getting into the hands of underage? I remember at the gym, I went to a Key Fit. Some guy there, he like offered me tests when I was 14 years old, and like I was like so confused, like because I thought this guy, he was just like a random guy there. He was younger. He was like in his early 20s, and he was like, man, yeah, like I don't know if you're on it already, but like I got some tests if you want some.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
That's
nah,
crazy.
dude, I'm alright. I'm alright. And he like he like knew how young I was because he was like,
Oh,
I think he
wow.
was like trying to become like friends with me. And then he was like, oh, like what's
That's how I become friends.
No, he was like,
Drugs from test.
he was like, what school do you go to? I was like, oh, I'm actually in middle school. And then
He was like perfect.
and then like later on,
Perfect friend.
he was just trying to make money. Like I
Yeah.
think he was in obviously a very hard part of his life.
Yeah.
But yeah, that is crazy. Like it can get into like the hands of like an underage kid.
Thought you
and
could
that
take
is-
advantage of you. It
That is
sounds like.
scary.
Yeah, dude. So many high school
Yeah.
kids that I remember would
Yeah.
just start taking SARMs. People would take
Yeah, more
SARMs when they had their
football.
SARMs.
Yeah.
Yeah, they took their era and it's just like destroying their body and they don't know.
MK is
Yeah.
so popular among high school football. As of right
Yeah.
now.
Working here, I've came across a lot of high schoolers who come here who talk about like their drug use
And
and
it's
all
like-
that.
it's
And
so
I'm just
crazy.
like, you ruined your entire
Yeah.
puberty.
Well,
and-
Yeah.
They don't
Yeah.
even know what they're doing,
Dude,
and they
yeah,
don't even know if
I don't
their
know.
stuff is real. Probably a lot of
Yeah.
times it could just be fake stuff.
Half olive oil.
Yeah.
Terrible shit.
Especially these SARMs and everything, they don't realize
Yeah.
they're crashing their testosterone.
Yeah.
And testosterone is the base hormone of so many other things. So once you don't, it converts to estrogen, DHT, all the
Yeah.
different stuff. And those are key players too. So if you
Yeah.
don't have that, you can replace the testosterone with some SARM, but you don't have estrogen. Now you don't have bone mineral density. Now you have early onset of osteoporosis in your 20s and 30s because you decided to take SARMs for a couple years when you're in
Yeah.
high
It's-
school.
It's still so crazy to me that they can just buy SARMs at like any supplement store.
Yeah, you can-
But
they're
yet
still-
steroids are
yeah.
like so
Yeah.
like nah, I can't. Do
Yeah.
that. It's like
When
how
the-
does that make
It's
sense?
crazy.
Dude, actually no, I don't want to say that. Never mind.
But something
can
is
bleep
crazy.
it.
What you're saying about
we
like
can bleep it out.
whatever
dude.
we
the
need to bleep.
SARMs. so many kids at high school, like I'm like pretty well known at my school just from like Instagram. So many like kids that like that are on football ask me like they will obviously they don't think I'm natural. Like they go up to me like, bro, what are you taking? I'm like, dude, I'm only taking 10 grams of creatine a day. And then,
There's this thing, brother.
and then like, dude, he was one of my friends. He did not believe me for like half a year that I wasn't taking anything. Like every time we hung out, he was like, Chase, what are you taking? What are you taking? I was like, dude, I'm not taking anything. I think eventually he thought I was like gonna crack and like tell him something, but every single like so many like how accessible SARMs are at a young age is very insane.
I
Because
feel like that's also like a good question, I guess, to ask you guys too. It's like, have you guys had many problems? I guess you obviously Chase was mentioning you have like people just asking like what drugs you're taking, or like do you want to take more drugs, or like all kinds of things. Like, have you guys been asked?
That's funny you mentioned that because Justin in one of the group chats commented that there's a guy, I think like in Tulsa or something, that doesn't think Dillon is natural.
No one does think
A
I'm
lot-
natural.
a lot of
It's a
people-
lot of it is the
yeah.
facial hair. I get it. I get it. If I was maybe in their position, I would. Anyone that's has a full beard at like 16, I wouldn't think they're natural
jealousy,
either.
insecurity.
Yeah, but so yeah, it just stems from jealousy.
Yeah,
not
well,
being
people
able
were
to
like,
do what
"You're
you
not
do.
natural. You have a beard." I'm like, dude, my high school, at least there was plenty of kids that had beards. They maybe not just strong, but there's plenty of kids with facial
I had
hair.
a
in
beard
high
when I was
school.
15.
Exactly.
Yeah,
It's like
yeah.
there's plenty of people that have.
I mean,
beards
I
at a
had
young
people ask me, like, even my close friends think I take steroids,
Yeah.
and like I have average numbers, and I'm like, and people are thinking I'm on steroids.
It does
Yeah.
feel good though whenever somebody says that. Are you on gear? Like, no, but
Yeah.
thanks.
age. Yeah.
That's never happened to me.
People just stopped asking me at some point and started assuming. So,
I guess there's a difference.
yeah. People now just walk up and how many milligrams again? And I'm like, wait, did I tell them?
Do I know you? That's so funny.
Good to see a syringe scar on your arm.
But to go on the record for all the high schoolers that might be watching, I guess the secret is 10 grams of creatine. That's how you become top in the world.
Yeah, genetics, creatine, sleep, and good meals.
Yeah.
Loving your mother is
Yeah, that's
pretty
right.
hot.
Finishing
Dylan,
your
Dylan probably gets a lot of accusations because you have a physique of a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
Your muscles around and everything like that. Not the dog on Chase.
Yeah, Chase is a fat ass.
Chase looks like he just stepped off the oil field, but like blue collar boy. But no, Dylan's definitely got the look of a bodybuilder, and I think when you have that shape and then you put it behind a screen, you just look huge.
Yeah.
like
yeah.
And he knows how to pose too. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know how to pose a decent
so it
bit.
makes it
Some good lighting back there.
Yeah, they do have good lighting
So
back
would you
there.
say then like bodybuilding was a big, also another inspirational like thing? Sport, obviously you don't compete in bodybuilding, but it's still like inspiration.
I never had a
to you.
desire to ever compete in bodybuilding, but I just liked working out and getting. I understood at a young age that I needed more muscle to get more strength, or set the ceiling higher.
I feel like everybody that's going to the gym has at least practiced posing in their mirror a couple
Yeah,
times.
yeah.
Like, I think
Yeah, it's
everybody
Yeah,
has.
you just hit
Yeah.
like front double bicep.
Yeah, or like kind of like a
Bicep.
side chest or like a side
I always
tricep.
get like comments of people who look terrible, don't know how to work out, and they're always like, "Yeah, you should position yourself like this for better lighting," and give me advice. I'm like, "Dude, you don't even go to the gym. Tell me how to
it's
lat
way more
spread."
complicated than you would think,
It's just
actually.
social media in a nutshell, though. They'll tell you exactly like what you're arching. That's gonna be so bad for your shoulders. In all reality, it's helping your shoulders.
Yeah.
People don't realize even posing is hard. Like being good at. I don't think people understand that. Like the masses understand that. Like are in the fitness how like disciplined bodybuilders are on posing and how hard it actually is. Because people will be like, some guy will be posing, be out of breath after he poses. I'm like, you don't know how hard it is. He's holding his breath and holding like a certain pose
Yeah.
for
Yeah.
so long.
And
Yeah.
imagine
Show, like, the
like
certain muscles.
Yeah.
when we were watching Spencer do his national, or it was your show to get to Nats.
Yeah, the Oklahoma Pro.
Yeah, he when we were watching that show, there was a previous class going up that was to get into the Olympia,
Yeah, they're
and
already
they
pros.
had these guys posing for like 10 minutes straight.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah,
It was
they were-
crazy.
They were like,
So
dude,
long.
they were like,
I don't know how
It
they
was
don't
super fun to
cramp
watch,
and
honestly.
dude, they were like, do you guys want to? Because there was 3 guys up there left, and they're like, this is Olympia, let's get another pose off going, and they did like 3 pose offs,
Yeah.
and these dudes,
over and over again.
Yeah,
And
it was
it
cool.
looked-
The crowd was getting pretty hyped with it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was cool, but I was like, I know these guys.
they
are
were so
hating.
tired. I could just tell like they were
Yeah.
just huffing and
'Cause You're
puffing.
at
like-
you're a single-digit body fat.
No
and
water in
no,
you.
yeah,
no
you're
water,
dried out.
depleted, haven't eaten, and just oiled up in front of all these people.
Dude, yeah, it's Pam, and it's Pam. They spray you with Pam spray, so you just smell like Pam everywhere you go. And you get tired of it too. You're like, man, I just want to stop smelling.
Dude, what's
Pam."
crazy is one guy was mid pose, just like fell and collapsed on the ground,
Oh yeah.
and just like doom, doom, and everyone was just like, and then he just got up and he's
Dude, they were so mad because then they had to go wipe his
Yeah,
freaking
he, like,
oil
put
splat
yeah.
off, dude.
Yeah, it's slippery.
That's why you're not supposed to be able to touch the floor. You can go down into like splits and all that, but you can't just like. I think a part of it is your torso or something can't touch the ground at all, or otherwise you're disqualified. I don't think that guy ended up winning anything though. But yeah,
He didn't look that good.
I know. Like I went out because I had class and then overall pose down, and even after that, I think part of the rush too was a big thing of that, realizing like, I wasn't even expecting to go win the overall, and then to be competing in that, but they interview you right afterwards when you win the overall, and so I think mine was I was so out of breath, and so they didn't even play mine. They didn't post it on YouTube or nothing. I didn't even make the poster. They put the pros on so they usually when you win the overall you're on the next year's poster, and what Oklahoma started doing is they're throwing pro classes in on all their shows, and for whatever class that is they just use the pro people, so it's the pro class.
I get
you
it,
guys
but
they
like
cut
that's
me
so
out.
lame.
I was like, man,
Yeah,
it's like it's supposed to be your right as somebody who wins the regional level, overall, is that you're going to be on next year's poster, and I just got robbed of it by
Don't worry.
by old Andy. I'll have to tag him.
Yeah.
Don't worry, we'll post it. We'll just post a picture of Spencer on our Brewhouse page.
The last question, or you go ahead.
Well, I was just gonna ask, like, we've been going off a little bit, but I was just like, what has been your favorite moment at Brewhouse? Obviously, Chase kind of gave his a little bit, but if
Yeah.
he has anything else, I'd love to hear it.
I like that all the time. Like, probably my favorite Brewhouse memory will probably be that last deadlift at that local meet. But honestly, like, I have so much fun time here, like, on a Tuesday, like, when it's packed in here. Like, it's just a fun time. So, like, I have so many great memorable moments in here just training whenever it's, like, later afternoon, everybody gets off work and everybody's in here having a good time. Because Brewhouse, like all of you guys have said, it is a special place where people can come together and actually talk to you. And then you could get really into the depths of, like, what powerlifting training is, or, like, strongman training here. Even with Spencer with, like, the bodybuilding training here. So I feel like I have, like, a new memorable moment, like, pretty much every time I come here, it's something new.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
My most memorable moment in here, probably, I don't know. My 330 squat in here was probably like the most memorable moment, or maybe my like 310 or 300 squat. Just the energy that I can get in here when everyone's in here going heavy, everyone's on a week 4, and just the energy that it radiates throughout the gym. You can feel it. Like, that's probably my most memorable moment. But I don't have like one specific. I think I would if I like ever competed in here, but like Chase did. But it really, like Chase said, it's like every week is like kind of its own memorable moment.
Yeah, I remember posting a story of like, I was like, everyone got the whole gym watching. Like, everyone was here. I think you hit like 600 for 3 or something.
Yeah, I know. Actually, I know what you're
Yeah,
talking
and
about.
like everybody in the gym just stopped to watch.
Yeah.
It was a good time.
Yeah.
One thing I wanted to ask was just similar to this is, so you guys are top level, world level powerlifters, but we also have world level strongmen, and I think it's extremely rare for top level powerlifting competitors to be training in the same gym as top level strongmen. So how does that make you guys feel to be in a gym? Because we're strongman and powerlifting kind of equally. So how does it feel for you guys to be at this top level, but also training in the same facility as people doing complete different strength sport who are also at the top?
I mean, it's definitely cool to see because, like, I remember, like, before, like, the gym was more cluttered. Like, you have to get, like, out of the way if, like, Seth or Alec was doing, like, a yoke. Like, you would have to get, like, out of the way and you, like, almost get ran over. But it's definitely very see, like, obviously as powerlifting, I don't know really anything about strongman. So seeing them doing, like, log or, like, the circus dumbbell or just even doing a yoke with, like, 1,000 pounds is very interesting to see. Like, and whenever, like you say, when you have someone with, like, the completely different aspect, it motivates you to do well because whenever you see them working hard, you want to work hard for yourself if you have a high level or a high standard for yourself, I would say.
Now that you guys mentioned that, I do kind of think of it. I couldn't imagine walking into a brand new gym I don't really know it about, and I walk in here and I see these teenagers and everyone's like squatting 600 pounds, and then I see guys running with like big barrels on their back, like straight. I'd be so confused, and that would just be like insane to me, probably.
Classic.
Yeah.
What I think is really cool is to see you guys train together, and the other side of the gym is Seth and Alec training together.
Yeah.
Two like brother. You guys are close in age, but same age. Seth and Alec are brothers, very close in age, like a year apart, and you guys are like these different paths of just trying to be the best.
Yeah.
And it's cool because, like in the athlete post we put out if you and Alex stay next to each other, you both are number one, or he won OSG, World's Strongest Man, and then you place first in the IPF. So it's cool to see these different like realms together, which I thought was really cool in that post.
It
And
is.
then,
It is.
Me and Seth.
Yeah, and you and Seth.
And then
Yeah.
Oklahoma's strongest man. And
Yeah,
then
the strongest man Oklahoma,
second place.
and then the runner-up champion.
The second
IPF.
place.
Second place. Hey, but both of you and Seth have the potential to be,
And-
because Seth hasn't won yet.
In all seriousness,
agree.
though, like we always mess with you, Chase, but like it's so impressive that both of you guys were able to go to Worlds at your age, like
It
and
is, yeah.
win first and second. Like all jokes aside,
Only-
like
only-
that's something so many people strive and like want to do, especially in the sport. For myself, like getting to a world stage is the goal. Will it ever happen for me? Probably not. But just being able to see you guys do it at such a young age, make it there, and finish in top like podium.
Yeah, it is
insane.
It is crazy. They bring like 9 sub juniors out of the whole entire USA, and me and Chase 20 minutes away from like live 20 minutes with each other, train at the same gym, go. That's so
yeah.
weird to think about.
It's so cool about that. The same in the strongman, because there's 6 of them that all go to Worlds together, which is crazy because we like all you guys go to the same gym, but all get qualified for this world level event.
And it's different from like if you lived in Texas where people may move there and then you try to say we grew up in Oklahoma 20 minutes away from each other.
And you just so happen to also all train here now.
Yeah,
You know, I
exactly.
think that's one of the coolest things about this gym too. Just having you guys here, it not only, I mean, it pushes literally just everybody.
Yeah.
And a funny thing what Dylan was saying, like, I remember, like, first seeing on Instagram, we had friends of friends that know each other.
Yeah.
So, like, we were, like, very close. Like, I'm
Yeah.
sure, like, you know, if I went to, like, this one, like, gathering or something, I probably could have seen him there. Like, Edmond is not, like, a very big place, you know, when we do have, like, friends of friends, which is very cool.
It's freaking awesome.
Yeah. But yeah, we're both from Edmond.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
crazy.
And one other thing that I've been, like, kind of asking everybody, and I feel like it's just kind of cool thing to ask, but if we could add, like, one piece of equipment to the gym that you guys would want, what would you guys want?
Skypad.
You have a good answer, Chancellor?
Skypad, yeah.
I mean, I'm pretty happy with all the equipment here. Like, there is, like,
Fishing pond.
we have all the dumbbells here. We have a nice accessories. We have, you know, you guys just invested a lot into that belt squat. We have, you guys just got more kilos. You guys got some Leco bar. We're both very grateful for. So there's really like nothing. Like you guys, I feel like are doing like a great job. I'm very happy with like the new management. Like obviously, like if I want to be like super nitpicky, like obviously like an Eleco rack, but that is very expensive. But
No, I
you
mean,
know.
yeah, it's the whole point. You know, we
Yeah.
want to know something that we can always strive for and getting.
Yeah.
You know, for you guys.
Especially
Make
if you
it
want to
the
host
best.
PA meets, I would
Yeah.
love for it to be a PA. Like,
Yeah,
A
yeah.
Eleco
Yeah.
combo, and then there's any other. I mean, I think you guys have cables. Like cables, you can really make any
Yeah, you
machine
can do-
out of
you can do
cables. So it's
anything out
like
of cables.
I don't care. Maybe a laying down hamstring curl, but that's really
I do
it.
like
Yeah,
that.
our hamstring curl is kind of
Yeah.
adjacent.
Yeah.
Or Willy Wonka.
Well, that's really it. You can do so much with cables, so you can really set it up in any way to make any machine that you actually need.
Yeah.
I mean, we have the JHR extension. That's pretty like you don't see that in a lot of gyms.
That is nice.
Mm-hmm.
And like the reverse hyper. That
Yeah,
is nice. That doesn't get used a lot anymore, but it is a nice piece of machine.
I think
Plus, Devin's doing like high rows with him.
Oh man, don't get me started on that.
It's great for recovery. Like, have you ever
Yeah.
tweaked your back or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
You can
usually
still do your
what I use
shit.
for my
it's
back.
so much blood flow.
And then I do have a question kind of for y'all for. I know like I watched like the first podcast, like the whole idea with this is to like get a face of Brewhouse. Is there like any other goals or like any other things you guys want to achieve like with the purpose of this podcast?
You want to hear the full plan of it, how this works?
Have you guys like spoke about it before on the podcast?
No, we
Okay,
haven't
yeah, I do.
directly addressed why we're even
Okay.
doing the podcast. I don't think we in the first episode we might have hinted at it, but
Okay.
no, the podcast really it's first of all it's a platform initially for our athletes, so that's who we're having on. We have you guys on, we had Seth on, and some other kind of more dominant personalities in the gym to kind of highlight some of the history and the culture that we have here, almost as advertising in a way of so that people can kind of get a personal feel for this atmosphere. And then secondly, long form content to cut into short form content.
Okay.
So ideally we get better at doing this over time.
Yeah.
And we can clip these and have better production value and stuff like that as we build up, and then clip this to be able to put out more short form on other pages so that people can also get to learn about our gym, learn about our athletes, events coming up,
Okay.
stuff like that, because we can clip those sections, clip sections where we're talking about an upcoming meet or something like that, and pump that out. It gives a more, what would you call that? like a dynamic or candid input or perspective on whatever it is that we want to put out there.
It is crazy how the lore on Brewhouse. When I started going here, I didn't really know, but you have Chase and me here, you have the strongman, but I've heard before, maybe from Tanner or someone else, that John Hack, like he did like his last session here before 2016 Worlds, like our IPF Worlds, when he went against Brett Gibbs, which was like crazy. And then
Vanilla Gorilla, I can't remember his actual name.
Blaine and
also trained here.
He has a private room.
the 120?
I know.
Why am I can't
The
think of
120?
in Tulsa.
Dennis Cornelius.
Did he ever train here?
No, I don't think he did.
See, I don't know. I don't think he did. He pretty much stayed in Tulsa for the most part.
I mean, I wouldn't doubt if he like.
He probably came here.
I'm sure maybe. Yeah, I'm sure
he
he came here.
But,
Maybe, but
I know James English was here for me.
And also,
because his girlfriend was on the OU team, right?
Yes, she was.
And then I'm sure you and Claudia know, but Michael C.A. trained here for like a summer.
Yeah, Michael Say came through.
I wasn't here for.
Angelo's been here. Like
he was in a bit of a rut whenever he was here.
Yeah.
But
He used to be like one of the best 75s.
Angelo comes here whenever he's in the area.
Stan Efferding's trained here.
Not anymore.
So, yeah, I mean, we've had a lot of talk.
I think Stan Efferding gave a class here one time.
Honestly, yeah, I think you're right.
I think he gave.
Asked him
It was either on powerlifting or the vertical diet. I can't remember.
Matt Efferding?
Stan Efferding.
Stan Efferding.
The White Rhino.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You
know who that is?
No.
He was one of those.
I probably would if I saw it.
He
I don't
was
know
known
if
as being like
names.
a really strong bodybuilder.
Yeah, he was like,
I remember seeing him and Larry Wheels.
He's like an OG like powerlifting,
Yeah.
like bodybuilder guy.
And he coaches he's John Jones nutrition coach.
Oh, I
and
think I know
stuff
who you're
like
talking
that.
about.
Yeah, he does a lot of the Olympic teams. He'll coach their nutrition and stuff like that. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah. But I got probably one last question for you guys from my end. Congrats again on y'all's success at IPF Worlds, and congrats on being a Brewhouse athlete. And I wanted to talk about that. So, we have our athlete program now that we've rolled out here in 2026, and you guys are a part of that. How does that feel? What do you guys? Are you guys excited about that? And would you recommend other people come and try to train competitively here and maybe attempt to be a part of our athlete program and even maybe get a banner on our wall?
That's it is super exciting because I don't think in any other space you can just come and train with high-level athletes like this. Like, if you're a swimmer or a tennis player, these people all have their own personal regimen, and they have their coach. Versus powerlifting, you can come talk to me and Dylan, and then we are the high-level athletes, which is very cool. And you don't see that in a lot of other places outside of powerlifting. And then also with the opportunities, I never thought here I would ever have a free membership, and that's super exciting. It's become a Brewhouse athlete. I was talking with my dad the other day, coming here, and then now coming here having this major support from all the gym owners here is very exciting. It makes me very proud of myself and how far I've came.
Yeah, we're possibly got to get another sub-junior IPF world champion to come here.
Oh, really?
Yeah, Austin Wilson.
Yeah, I was.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, he was messaging about the banner. He wants to get one made, too.
Tanner does his nutrition, and I'm 95% sure he's gonna be going up to Stillwater. He's going to Stillwater for school.
Oh,
he's
yeah.
He's in Texas, so he's probably gonna start training up here probably weekends. I'm guessing,
Yeah.
which would be pretty cool to have all of us in here.
That would be really
on
cool.
a Saturday. Yeah.
83, 93, and 105.
Yeah, 83, 93, and a 105.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's insane to think about.
Collecting the infinity sets.
Yeah, literally.
And have all the sub-junior powerlifters in here.
Yeah.
75 kg.
They go
Yeah.
in.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah, we
crazy.
have really big plans for the athlete program to support you guys and to really be a good realm for everyone to kind of see all the support we can give each other, and just to push everyone to just do well in whether it's content, training, and just putting a face out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be cool. Maybe 50 years down the line to be that gym, that people think about, or back in the, you have Corrupted. Corrupted's it's over now, but people will talk in 20 years when powerlifting's big and whatnot. People will talk about that gym, be like, dude, have you ever been there when it was in the prime and stuff like that?
It's crazy. I went there whenever it opened, and I got to see Russ.
Yeah.
And still one of the funniest memories was seeing Russ, and he's so short
Yeah.
for the first time in person.
Aren't you the same height?
He's short. I'm short, but he's 5'3", 5'4", something like that. And
But you're only 5'4.5", right?
exactly. So I'm taller. But
You guys are the same weight,
it just
too.
was so funny seeing him peeking over some people. It just killed me to see that. I was like, this is
Camera will make you look huge, dude.
Well, yeah, it's like his angles in every of his videos. He puts them down like specifically so he looks bigger. You know.
Another
The
thing
bar doesn't lie though.
I wanted to ask is like, is there anything like you guys like want to see more like throughout all the members of the bar, like of Brewhouse, like anything like we could do better? Maybe like keeping the gym
Stop
cleaner.
Well,
like stuff. Yeah, like stop
I mean,
complaining.
that's already said pretty much for the most part. Of course, is just keeping the gym cleaner. I mean, you know, like putting weights up whenever you're done with them is, would be awesome. But is it realistic? Probably not.
Maybe a selfish goal would be for our members, especially like you guys, Seth and Alec, to start to get better at making content.
Yeah.
It indirectly. Well, I'm talking like YouTube videos, like posting.
Yeah,
Just posting
yeah.
more about yourself.
Yeah.
I think that would be.
I know, Dylan. You're about to start YouTube.
Yeah.
More YouTube.
I just got my camera.
And then you
Because
probably start that.
That'll
with
lead to
them.
people like if they're ever like in the area, they will come here just so they can see you guys.
I mean,
Yeah.
like, I know, I'm sure you guys have talked about it too, but I think you guys just also recording. It's like same thing I told like Seth and Alec.
Yeah.
You guys recording your videos because you guys already work out together. Maybe not necessarily always doing the same thing always, but just being together
Yeah.
is such a cool idea. I know so many people would watch it. I mean, just the views alone of watching
Yeah.
you guys together
Yeah.
and anything.
Just
people
in a
love
dark
watching you
office,
guys.
like no mics working,
Yeah,
and people still watch
and
it.
people still, you got like over 1,000 views on
This
it.
would probably be our most viewed podcast episode, and then we'll just immediately die down.
Yeah, I mean,
Yeah.
it's just part of it.
Might be the end of us actually.
I mean, yeah, for sure.
I listened to the one with Mikey, and it might have been with Mikey, but one of the things you guys were saying was like, somebody like can break something in the gym, they just don't tell any of you guys about it, and then you guys like have to discover it on your own.
Yeah,
when it gets
that's so
broken.
funny.
Oh, yeah.
Dude.
The floor was pretty
Yeah.
crazy.
As much as like being a gym owner, I would love for like to say, oh, I want the members to clean more than they make a mess of, or all this to don't break things and this and that. But honestly, as like an owner of Brewhouse specifically, I think my biggest desire is, of course, for our gym to grow and everything like that, but for our athletes here to do extremely well, to bring more athletes in, and to really cultivate a competitive, like a safe competitive environment for everyone to come into, because we already have the talent here. So, why we can't attract more in as well and promote the talent that's existing here already, and kind of get behind that and support that too. Because it is nice. I mean, one of the big things in the bodybuilding industry was always, like you heard about in Ronnie Coleman's time and stuff, Metroflex down there in Arlington, they were doing that. They were like, hey, you become a pro, you work out here free. And so people were going and training at Metroflex, and it ended up becoming like the place to go learn bodybuilding. Even I went there and trained for a little bit, and that's really where I learned how to train hard. So I'd love to be that gym. I think Brewhouse Barbell will be, and it honestly kind of already is. It's just that we're not out there yet, and I think we can get there. But we pretty much are the Metroflex of powerlifting and strongman.
We gotta be
So,
the nicer West Side barbell.
We're the only gym in
We need a
OKC
Brewhouse
Yeah.
documentary.
that does strongman and bodybuilding in the same gym. I mean, and powerlifting in the same gym. And there's no other gym like it here.
Yeah, I
think
could
that's
see
something
us
we can-
like getting like next year. We might introduce a couple more athletes because Alfredo and Jackie placed 4th, and so did Alfredo in Worlds for strongman. So we could have had 2 more banners up if they placed 3rd
That is
or
true.
up. So we could just keep increasing athletes as we go.
Also Seth as well, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Seth.
Okay.
Oh, absolutely
Okay.
Seth. But he, when he gets his next OSG, I'm really excited to see how he does. Because he's also still real young for.
His training age is really
Yeah.
young.
Are you guys gonna run out of space on the wall?
Eventually,
like to.
I
Yeah,
hope
that'd be ideal.
I would love that, dude.
We also
That'd be
had
so
an idea
awesome.
of doing like smaller banners for like national competition wins.
Yeah.
That'd be really cool.
And we were like, it's just gonna be Chase, Dylan, Chase, Alec.
Alec.
Alec has like 4 and a world. Like he's so many still.
Yeah, even if every member here became a top pro and we just sponsored everybody, we'll find our way to make our
we'll
money
figure
through
it
that.
out.
Competitions and social media. hopefully.
Yeah, we'll figure out how to monetize, the gym with everyone being a pro here. So, but
Even if it turned into something, it's just like you have to like apply to become here, like an athlete or like a member.
That's how
or
it was with
something.
West Side. West Side, like you got kicked out if you weren't good enough in the gym.
We
So
aren't.
we
We
wouldn't
aren't
do
like
that
We
one.
want to kick you out, but
We wouldn't do that one here, but
We'd be like, "What do you do?"
We'll definitely bring you up here for
If we
sure.
see any quarter squats, you're gone. Like, you're banned.
yeah, no, sorry, you can't do that one here.
There's no gains in a commercial gym. Like there just isn't. You got to come to a real gym, and I think Brewhouse Barbell is a good starting place. You just gotta
I
nut
feel like
up
we're
and
pretty
do it.
cheap for what we offer too.
Yes, we are.
Yeah,
Like
the
if
amount
you
of
look at the
equipment we have,
value,
too.
the value of the strongman equipment, powerlifting equipment, it's so expensive.
Well, people don't understand the cost of some of the specialty stuff
Yeah.
too, because the sandbags are hundreds of dollars, and the keg, all the stuff is ridiculous. That log is super expensive, takes up barely any space. When relatively, you can get some pretty crazy machines for kind of the same money. So if you wanted to deck a place out and look like you have a ton of machines, you could do it for literally the same price as like a corner of strongman stuff.
But if someone like if Strongman needs something for Worlds, like we're gonna. I mean, we just got Alec and Seth, 2 stones that only them will use.
Yeah,
466
466 pounds.
460. like
Almost 1,000
490.
pounds of stone just,
Yeah.
just for them.
Just
to
for
use.
them.
Yeah.
It's all polished, and they have a
they'll
towel.
probably do like less than 5 reps, probably their entire prep.
Yeah.
It's so
I mean,
cool.
we got Alico for you guys.
Yeah.
And if the SkyPad's something you guys need, it's like,
yeah.
obviously to get you guys still like.
Yeah, that stone's gonna cost like over $100 a rep. Not to mention, every time it gets dropped, we're gonna have to fill in concrete again
Yeah.
too. So another $50 bag.
So yeah, we've had to do that a couple times now. So
It's like when we refloor the whole place, everything's gonna be nice matte, and the platform's just gonna be like 5 feet of these mats.
Yeah. We just go ahead and lay a layer of gravel underneath the mats when we remat the place.
Quicksand.
And that way it can just bounce on that. It's pre-graveled.
Also,
it's just so funny.
the location of Brewhouse is amazing. Like, it's
Yeah.
right off the highway. It's right next to one of the biggest malls in Oklahoma or Oklahoma City. It's like, it is a very, very nice spot. Like, for me, I'm like pretty far mile-wise, but coming here only takes 12 to 15 minutes because it's just highway and highway off.
Yeah.
And we're about 10 minutes from Paycom and
Yeah.
Devon
Yeah.
Not too
Tower
far
and
from the
Scissor Hill.
airport.
If only the
Yeah.
hotel next to us was not there, this place would be so nice.
Yeah. If that could be our parking lot, kind of outdoor gym area.
So nice.
Yeah.
And we put a big sign on the warehouse too.
Oh, I'd throw a billboard up.
Yeah,
we'd have
right
like
there.
We'd have like one of those
Yeah.
big loves signs.
Well, you
out
can
there.
you can see that from the highway. So
Yeah.
if we were, especially if this hotel was gone, we could paint the whole side of the building
That'd be awesome.
It'd be
with
so
our logo.
nice.
And yeah, I would love to do that because you would just see that massive. We wouldn't even need a sign. You just see the massive painted side of the building
so
from
nice.
A
from the
question, I
highway.
don't know how this is possible, or I don't even know if this is possible, but like expanding the gym, is that even possible?
that would
With-
be.
with-
We'd have to talk to the landlord.
It's more of a maximizing the space you already have.
Yeah.
Like we have plans to tear down a couple
Kitchen.
walls
yeah, like we're
and increase like space by finding like outside storage and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So there's still a lot we can do,
Mhm.
but it's just kind of like
Yeah.
maximizing.
I think if we get to a point to where we like doubled our memberships,
Yeah.
and we're making a lot of money, we need the space to just hold,
Yeah.
a lot of people.
Yeah, there is
during
no
prime
reason really
times.
for expansion.
Yeah. In that case, we would be like, all right, we probably talk to the landlord about like what else we could do, because the rent here is so cheap. It's
Yeah.
so cheap
That's
for where we
another
are
reason,
too.
yeah, why
Comparatively.
just-
Yeah,
Yeah.
commercial rents are rough right now for
everything's so
warehouse space.
expensive.
Or at least what we would need to be able to run the facility like we do.
COVID just ruined everything for like wanting to rent out a space or even just own a space. Like me and Claudio, before we even wanted to get into like had to come into Brewhouse, like we kept trying to get real estate and like buy a place in Norman, and it just everything was $2,000 more a month than what we were paying here.
Yeah, I would say like some of those crunch locations and like bigger gyms like that are paying anywhere from like 25 to 45,000 a month for
Oh
rent.
yeah, for sure,
So,
easily.
at the minimum.
And
So,
I know like similar to this, but like light industrial buildings, I know their rent's like anywhere from like 6 to 10,000.
Yeah.
And that's like a similar square footage to this. I don't know how much the rent is here, but like the rent is definitely going up.
yeah, and I'm sure people can start. That people don't quite realize that they can do the math, but you can just take the membership cost and like get an idea of how many members there are
Yeah,
and
yeah.
do the math, and then you can kind of have an idea on like
Crunch is
what
like
your
about-
gym's working with.
Crunch is an average like $30 a month. Alfredo, a strongman here, he is an assistant manager to Crunch, and he says they have 10,000 members.
Jeez.
Yeah.
They're like
That's
at one
insane.
location?
Yes, at the Yukon location.
It's about 50 times what we have.
Yeah, and the amount of fees that people get charged there.
Yeah.
And
gosh, it's like only our
That's
members
one
realize, like, they're
location.
paying for our rent, they're paying for like all the utilities and everything in here. Is like that is what memberships pay for.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what when
Keep
Russ
lights on.
Russ has even said on his YouTube when he was doing corrupted trainings for how popular it was. He's like, the gym's only making enough to sustain itself.
Yeah,
really
yeah.
nothing
That's
else.
How a
Tell
gym
me.
works.
Like,
Yeah.
ideally, like your gym can at least do that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's,
It can be 'cause
that's what you need.
Ideally, like, or realistically, the money you will be making will be from like personal training,
Yeah.
like
Having
classes,
competitions.
Yeah.
competitions. Because like the gym itself, it's not very lucrative.
No.
You have to find other avenues that branch off of the gym too.
Yeah, it's like
Make
a
that money.
platform. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's kind of how I saw it coming into this too, because I was already training here, personal training here, and so I was like, well, I mean, it's not going to add to my income, but it gives me a better platform to work off of, and something that I'm already in here working on things, so I might as well put that effort into growing the total picture than just my personal training. So
But yeah, that's a good minute to end
I
it.
think it's
How
been
long
really
was
good.
that?
Again,
It's probably about 2 hours.
Let's see. Yeah, we've been talking for almost 2 hours, but I just again want to thank you guys for coming on here and doing this with us.
Of course, thank
Yeah.
Thank you
you.
for your hard work.
yeah.
And we're excited for this year.
Yeah, I'm excited to see
Yeah.
you guys compete again later this year. You know, obviously it's not too far away for Chase, but excited
Yeah.
to see you guys both compete again.
Yeah.
You know, it's always fun watching you guys
Yeah.
lift.
And thank you for what you do for our gym as well.
Yeah.
Yes.
As athletes, we appreciate you guys. So we're excited to see what that ends up looking like over the year.
I'll try to stop dropping my deadlift. Sorry.
It'll happen eventually. It's all good.
I only
You'll
have
get
so
it
much
eventually.
We'll drop you if you drop the next one.
We'll write that in the contract. By the way, Chase.
Cannot miss you.
Was the banner falling? Was that
No,
yours?
that was
Oh, I was gonna say, is that a foreshadow? The banner dropped. The deadlift's
Not
gonna
even a mannequin grip.
That wouldn't be my fault. That wouldn't be you had to put the banners up.
All right, thank you guys for listening.
Yeah,
and thank you
dude.
for
You
watching.
wanna do like how we did
Um,
last time with Seth about how the outro is supposed to
Oh
go?
yeah.
Yeah, so here's
Yeah.
the outro. So
Yeah.
what we do is we'll do 3, 2, 1. We go, have a good day.
Yeah,
and we
every
just kind
time.
of put our hands.
That's what we're gonna do.
You guys ready?
Yeah, you guys ready to do it?
Well, we do it every time.
We do it every
This is gonna be
time.
the thing where
Wait.
we only do it.
That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Well, don't you watch the
guys watching
podcast?
the ending?
No, I'm not
No.
watching.
Okay.
it.
Yeah,
I always
this
watch
is-
half and then.
This is how we do it. Ready?
alright.
This is gonna be us
Alright.
doing it.
Ready?
Wait, what are we
3,
gonna do?
2, 1.
They didn't move.
We almost got Seth. dude.
Seth took a breath in.
Yeah, Seth,
I was like, no way, you guys are gonna do this. I was like, no way.
We
No, of
almost
course
got
not.
Seth, dude. Anyway, thank you guys for listening. Thank you guys for watching. Thank you, A7, for sponsoring this next
awesome.
meet we're doing.
Again, reminder, please sign up for it. It's
closing
capped at
soon.
80 and it will be closing soon. Just saying.
Time's ticking. We want to get stuff ordered.
If you
so
want to
hurry
win
up.
some money, I mean, we have top 3 men and top 3 females that are be getting cash prizes. So
Yes.
please sign up for it.
If this podcast is out, clock's ticking.
Yep. All right, bye.
Bye.